fellow babies, and welcome to the show that no less won a Pulitzer Prize for our coverage of Biden's address after the Lincoln assassination. It's PubChat.
Good evening, everybody. How you doing?
What's happening out there, everybody? You know, I guess the news is Biden, right? You know?
Yeah, another smashing weekend of news.
Yeah,
just when you think things are going to get quiet, oh no, here it comes. There's another.
Yeah, I called the son of a bitch. I said, look, it's PubChat day, man. You know, you got to leave this shit on the burner until tomorrow, right? You know, maybe Tuesday, because we do the 42 show then. He was like, oh, you know, what's her name? The brunette. She's all excited. Got to do it now. Okay, you know.
No, I reckon what happened is he planned it on Friday, but he knew it was going to clash with the after show, so he thought, wait, and just basically fell asleep and forgot about it.
Yeah, he got all cozy with a glass of milk and cookies.
Exciting times.
Yeah. I can't remember who it was offhand. Hold on, I should look so I can get this right. Somebody said Jenny Johnson in the chat, in the general chat in our Discord, had said, hey, you know, if the Republicans win, you know, I'm going to be looking to come to Canada. So, you know, you got any space up there? And I said, well, you know, I was thinking I could buy an older hotel and just turn it into Shills Central or something. And then Noodle C in the chat there did a little AI wizardry and came up with this. So this is what you got to look forward to. The Shills secret refugee hotel.
It looks like my house.
Probably enough people, you know. And yeah, you can see the lineup and everything coming, you know. And there's everybody coming.
Here's the two fat old blokes leaving.
Yeah. Well, no, I think they're just going out to get some grass, right? You know.
Yeah. Doing a beer run.
Yeah. Well, no, you can tell if they were doing a beer run, they'd have two backpacks on their front as well, because you're going to have to carry more.
Yeah, he's got the goat in there as well.
Yeah, it's good. So yeah, you got that to look forward to. I should be able to get a mortgage on a place that looks like that for about $250.
Yeah, so we're doing a fundraiser tonight. It's coming.
We need your help. You Americans that have to run for cover if the Republicans do win this thing.
But this is the thing. Wow. What's going to be the state of the nation now, though? Do you think people are going to be a bit more hopeful? Hopeful for a Democratic win now?
Well, I'm hoping that with Biden out of the mix and the Democrats now doing a who's it going to be thing, and we've already got endorsements for Kamala Harris there. I hope this ends a bunch of the rhetoric about things. You've still got a few people that were like, hey, you know, Trump's not exactly the most coherent son of a bitch ever. But now the Democrats have positivity to build on, right? They look at it this way. You move into a new apartment. First thing you do is throw a stupidly loud ruckus party, because then your neighbor relations have somewhere to go. Up. Better. Right. So this, and it should, you know, be able to reset a bunch of the conversation. The Republicans have really picked a few angles to pick on Biden, and now those are gone. Right. Those aren't election issues anymore. They're gone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. The whole, oh, he's too old thing. Well, that's gone completely.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm kind of like disappointed this didn't happen earlier. You know, during like the debates. I mean, she's an African American woman, because she ain't gonna take no shit from that honky.
Yeah, exactly. You know? Right.
Can you imagine how it would have been?
And Trump's the guy who famously said, you know, oh, you can slap a woman in the ass when you're in my position because you get away with it. You're allowed to. There's right. You know, like
try it now.
Yeah. Right. Oh yeah, she's probably the kind of girl that would just like put him down and, you know, half snap his neck before somebody said, "Whoa, dude," you know. Oh yeah, which would be good, you know. And, up in Canada, we had a female prime minister for a bit. She wasn't elected. She took over after somebody had to bail or got run out, whatever it was. And, over in the UK there, you guys have done it successfully. So let's get out of the Stone Ages, people.
Well, I don't know about successfully. We had one successful one who was considered successful, was Margaret Thatcher, but then she became absolutely hated by everybody.
Well, she was very successful at destroying your auto industry, so that's a thing.
And the coal industry. But we also had one who didn't live as long as a lettuce as prime minister. So
that's true. Yeah, right. I forgot about the lettuce.
Get back to the dishes, dear. We'll leave the country to the rest of us.
Easy now. but I mean, and think about it.
Go on.
Think about it.
Back to the question, though.
Well, okay, yeah, but think about this. The Republicans were totally going at Biden because of his age and, senility and all this kind of yada, yada, whatever. Well, now you've got somebody who is almost as old as Biden running against somebody who's clearly much younger.
And prettier.
Well, that's true. Especially that shot of Donald Trump in his underwear. That was awful. Well,
I was going to say, it's probably not that hard to get someone prettier than Trump. I got a slug that crawled in through the back door. Looks a bit better looking than. Anyway, I'm not going to do that rhetoric because we're more into unity now.
A pet rock drawn by Stevie Wonder.
Shut out from Stevie Wonder. Those gallstones. Yeah. But here comes the question though, and it's kind of fascinating because we all know America is America for a woman president? Are they ready to make that choice? Especially now at this sort of like time where the nation is so called divided and also she's an African American. I mean, I hate to say it, but an awful lot of America is still racist as hell.
Well, I figured Trump is going to step on it at least a couple times due to his actual ingrained beliefs versus the way he tries to present himself in public, because he obviously doesn't care about anybody except rich white men.
Yeah. Well, I guarantee he'll just like stumble into some, thing that he should not have said, very, very easily, even without thinking. Never mind planning it. But, it'd be interesting.
Very much so. But if you're on the fence, just remember this. If you have an ounce of humanity in you, you want the Americans to keep supporting Ukraine. As such, it doesn't matter who wins the Democratic nomination. That's who you vote for. It's that simple.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, that's what they're basically saying. No, I don't really want Biden in, but I got to go with Biden because it's not that. Yeah, it's not that shit.
Yeah, and I figured, how bad could Biden be? He'll probably just sleep through it.
That's the thing, because Kamala is probably. Sorry. I'm really not too sure how to say her name. Kamala.
I go to say Kamala, but that's the drug the chick took on Battlestar Galactica, and it feels wrong to say that, right?
Yeah. Well, anyway, she was probably doing most of the work behind him anyway. So it might actually turn out. So that good stuff Biden did. Yeah. Actually, that was me.
She'll win, forge his signature, and go, "Oh shit, I can use my own now." Remember, this isn't journalism. This is humor.
Yeah. Actually, that's a fair comment because I was noticing the other day just how fast should I use air quotes journalism on YouTube happens, because there came up in my feed a whole bunch of people doing videos about the assassination attempt on Trump and how it all came down. Yeah, they got videos and they're taken from TikTok, Twitter, all these, because it's compiled all this information and like thrown it all together into a video, just like, you know, into like a 40-minute documentary breakdown of what happened and when and who and why and all this kind of stuff. It's like, you know, without energy, you know, kind of sort of like you know. No fact checking at all, just not really, just going with what information they got, because so much of the information that was coming out, even you know that. Did you hear the story about the guy's Steam account? You know, that it was reported that his Steam account.
Yeah. He said my premiere is tomorrow. Like, yeah.
The FBI released that apparently to the press, and it turned out it was fake. Someone faked it to troll the FBI. So even that wasn't true. And
we gotta give him the goat. Dear God, the Federal Bureau of Idiots. Fuck.
That comes down to the whole thing. You know, I was just talking about. You know, people's like, you know, reporting on the news like so fast.
Yeah.
And making these like intricate documentaries about something that happened. It's not like a documentary will happen like a year down the line on the mainstream media. Once they've all got the facts drawn up, and then Trump assassination attempt. How did it happen? You know. A year down the line. No, 2 days later, they've done a video.
We had somebody comment about journalism after a net show earlier today, and my first reaction is, we're not journalists.
No, I would never claim to be journalists.
No. Jeanette runs a bit more of a straight edge show, properly talking to the person, where we just run a hangout with people. You know, that's kind of how I do it. But we never put our hand up and said that we were journalists. We're live show podcasting hosts. No.
Well, the funny thing is, you know, on the 42 show, sometimes we are running stories that other journalists have put the work into.
Yeah, we have to word it sometimes better.
I was going to say, my God, do they do a bad job?
I know. We have to rewrite half of this shit so it makes sense. You know?
I know I bumble through my words and everything like that, but, you know, I'm not pretending. This is my job.
Oh, yeah.
Well, not yet, anyway.
Yeah, well, you know, but hopes and prayers, right?
Yes.
We got a few shout outs to do here, so let me get caught up and do a couple. First, Corey Huard, you can phonetic me to correct me here, dude, if need be. Became a shill master, no less. So big shout there, Corey. Thanks. And then threw in a super chat as well. Slava Ukraine from a Canadian-born Ukrainian. Love this channel now. Hey, thank you, Corey. And that's cool. Canadian-born Ukrainian. I know a few of you cats now. I can finally support Ukraine by another means. Love the Shills community. Love having you in the Shills community. Thanks, Corey. Huge shout. And in the pile it goes. We had Tyler Dowdy come in with a super chat as well. Did you listen to RFK Jr.'s press conference? No, I haven't yet. We could, maybe.
Well, we'll have to have a look later.
Sorry. No, but we could get a couple of people to put timestamps from clips of it if they're worth playing in our Discord, and we could bring them up. So, you know, that could be a thing. And then we had UTV and Ham come in, gifting out 5 Shills memberships. Thanks, Ham. Huge thanks. We love having new members around here, and consider sticking around. Remember, if you're the last one to get a free membership, you get the bar bill. So check our About page for the email and send in your address and stuff, and I'll get it right out to you. We had Petra Olsen come in with Swedish kroner 129 donation with love to Ukraine. I do believe Petra has done that on every single show that we've had for a little while. So second round of hearts for Petra. That's super awesome. Thank you. And then we had the Wizard of Ooze come in with a super chat as well. My independent speculation is better than your speculum. Oh, Jesus.
I don't know how he got hold of the pictures.
Yeah. Oh man, I think donkey on that one. Thanks, everybody. Big shouts. So, I don't know.
Hey, do you want another really good example of fantastic journalism that's happened this week?
Okay.
There was a story that during the Republican National Convention, Grindr in Wisconsin. No, hang on, where was it? Where were they? Minnesota? I don't know. Wisconsin. Yeah, they were in Wisconsin, weren't they? No. Oh, wherever they were.
Somewhere that had cheese or beer or something. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I don't know. Oh
yeah, Milwaukee. Yeah, I'm trying to say
beer.
Wisconsin.
So that's
Milwaukee,
beer.
Wisconsin. Yeah. So apparently, in Milwaukee, the Grindr service broke down because of the convention. And if you don't know, Grindr is a dating app for young men to meet other young men and to get up to naughty things together. And apparently it broke down, which also turned out to be not true.
Trump should get a new song going for his campaign then. Oh, so horny. Ow, ow.
I'm too sexy for this shot. Too sexy for this shot. But the funny thing is, right? Okay, so when they went into fact check it, apparently Grindr have actually come out to say that they have had a massive uptick. It didn't break their servers, but they've had a massive uptick, which is kind of funny. It's the far right Republicans, and also Pornhub.
It didn't break the server. It just got a little bit hard in the office.
Bit hot and sweaty, and also apparently Pornhub said they've had an uptick as well, and probably one of the most searched terms in the area was hunky young men or something.
Wow. So here's a top tip. If you're looking for a reliable income, what you should be is a male burlesque dancer, and you should book your gigs in time with the Republican convention. Right?
No, you're completely missing the point. This is time where we go to our sponsor tonight, Surfshark VPN. If you're a Republican convention cruising for some cock, don't forget to use Shark VPN.
Remember, Surfshark VPN, the only answer when you're surfing for cock. What the fuck?
Co-sponsored by Fisted and Ainley's.
Yeah, I guarantee we'll never get their sponsorship. But the day that this channel has a VPN as a sponsor is the day that, I died, because that's not happening.
Well, it will be the day that we'll be streaming live from the Arctic because we're using Surfshark VPN.
Yeah. It'll be the day that my body is replaced with AI and it runs rampant. We had a shout out, and then I got to get a beverage. Demetrius Ziganovas, direct donation 1146. I wonder what the translation is. What he's actually sending. Is Kamala gonna be a candidate or not? Well, as far as I understand, they have to go through the whole sort of election within the party now. But with Biden already, putting it on the VP and her being the VP, a few polls, if I remember from a couple of weeks ago, said that she'd probably be a more viable candidate than Biden himself. There's probably pressure within the party to just make sure they get the person at the top that has the best chance of winning. And she's already in the headlines. So I don't know a lot about elections, but it seems to me that she is the de facto candidate going forward, unless it turns out that she kills babies or something. I don't know.
Yeah, down by the gravel pit. Shot a puppy once. No, I have heard that the consensus of opinion is that there shouldn't be like a fight within the Democratic Party to find their nomination, and they should just go with Kamala.
They got no time to waste, man. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, not only
But-
not only that, it's just that they want to try and show unity in their party.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
strengths.
But here's the other thing. Commander McMillan spoke of this. A few states have already locked in their ballots, and this could be somewhat of an issue as it pertains to the legalities of elections and processes and stuff. It could be difficult where you end up with a state that has Biden as the vote, and that vote wouldn't count because the vote doesn't say Democrat, it says Biden.
Yeah, well, I don't know what it means by locking in a vote. I mean, it's not till November. I mean, surely,
I don't know
they
this
can
either. Yeah,
change the paperwork.
I don't get it either.
Yeah.
There's too much bullshit when it comes to elections. You know, you have an election for your local people. You have an election for your regional, like your state, province, or whatever the hell you want to call it. And then you have a vote for your national. And you can have more votes for one party on the national election, but they don't actually win because of all the crap that's gotten in the way over the years, you know? One party's like, oh, that riding's too liberal, so if we can reorganize it so that it means this, and it's just bullshit.
I see a simple resolution to this. We just get Trump and we just get Kamala, and they both have to eat one of those like super hot corn chips and see who can eat it. And whoever eats the whole one and doesn't die wins.
I'd like to see them put in the ring. She would kick the fuck out of that old man.
Even if she couldn't, she'd have a damn good lot of fun trying.
Oh, yeah. You know?
You mean I can kick him in the balls and I won't get penalized?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Trump, look, there's a Christian who doesn't like you. Boom, in the nuts. You know? Oh yeah. Alan Watkin in the chat. Celebrity death match. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, that'd be funny as hell. But, you know, it wouldn't be funny if it was really toughest person wins, the way, like, you know, Genghis Khan and back in history and stuff, because wow, you'd end up with Trump. Like, he's not tough physically, but if you did tough, you know, that's kind of what he's selling, right?
Well, I don't know about tough, but I'd imagine he's quite chewy.
Yeah.
Like an old piece of pork.
Yeah, grizzly, right? You know? Entire body made of turkey neck, you know, just. But yeah, I hope this is a push, like the snowball rolling down the hill and getting bigger for the Democrats, the non-Trump side, whatever the fuck they're called. Boy, they got a color, they got an animal, they got, you know what I mean? There's so many references depending on which news outlet you read, you know?
You just say the baddies.
Aren't they like the donkeys versus the rhinos or some shit? What the hell is that? You know?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure rhinoceroses aren't indigenous to the United States, but never mind.
Yeah. Well.
There's plenty of asses.
So, UK election. Any news already? Like, are any of the sky is falling newspapers already predicting doom and shit, or what's happening?
I haven't.
Any real
I
news?
haven't actually seen. No, I haven't actually seen anything yet. Not saying it's not happening. I've just not been taking any bloody notice of it.
I know one person that said they already bought themselves a really wicked long range rifle and they just got to get the scope. It's not any of our mods from the UK or anything like that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, don't want a Shills t-shirt popping in the news for that story.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter how far a gun can shoot. An airsoft rifle ain't gonna do shit. That's what I said. So,
Yeah, we did have a shooting in the UK the other day. Quite proud of that. Yeah, we do have. It does happen.
What, clay pigeons or foxes?
Once in the blue moon. I don't know.
Yeah.
there was just something in the news about it. Didn't read it because it was miserable.
Hey, Harry Roper's in with a super chat here. Yeah, 10 pound as well. So Kamala will 100% be the nominee. It takes 600 delegates just to be eligible for a roll call vote at the convention. Imagine a white guy standing up and saying, I should be the president, not this black woman. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you know what? I totally agree with you. But, you know, there was a poll who said that Michelle Obama would instantly be the lead candidate if she was on the ballot. So, you know, maybe some of that can bleed off onto this one. And, you know, maybe race and gender politics will finally not matter. And she'll be judged on who she is, which in my mind, she's already won because she's not Trump.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know. I think there will be race and gender politics personally with people. I think some people look and say, "Oh no, not a woman," or "No, not a black person." I'm pretty sure that's just going to happen because that's just the fucking nature of people.
Well, we've said it before. A lot of people suck in the world still, you know.
Yeah. No, I mean, it shouldn't make a difference. Shouldn't matter. You treat people as
people as people, man. Who cares? Yeah.
But we know that's not exactly how it works.
I know. I got like just in my townhouse complex, I got one neighbor who's totally like a rednecky, you know, still got some old racist tendencies, and this is in open conversation. You know, I mean, you know, if you're older, sure, you grew up in an era where there was like Polish jokes and this and that and whatnot, and some quite offensive, some still funny, depends on what we're talking about. But I mean, even the old guys know nowadays. It's just, okay, it's just us in the room, and they tell the old joke and giggle. You know what I mean? You know,
close the windows, shut the curtains,
exactly. You know,
make sure it's outside.
Yeah. But some don't get it.
And then they'll go, a black guy and a Jewish guy and an Irish guy go into a pub. No, Granddad, don't tell that. Don't tell that one.
Yeah.
But there is another positive side to it that might come out because I have seen a lot of people, black people, following the Trump campaign and the Republican, and you can't help thinking why, because he hates you. But there might be a moment where they go, let's see this black woman that could potentially be their, president. I go, oh, hang on a minute. And it might be maybe that's all it needs, just to make them support and shift. I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, again, that's kind of like wrong. That's also wrong as well. But
but there's another uphill hurdle here, and that is there's a lot of MAGA folk, and that whole thing, this whole thing with Trump has, unfortunately amplified him a little bit in the eyes of some people.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah. Curious times.
Yeah, man. Here we got, I got another thing here. Hold on a second here. Yeah, so Liam Wakefield in the chat there. He's starting up a refugee camp for Americans in case the Republicans take it. Right?
Still not quite sure that's the UK. It needs to have a London bus and a taxi in the background.
Yeah. And we got one more here. And we got here, this is actually yours. I don't know if you were meant to show this or not, but this is the Digital Resistance headquarters.
London bus.
Yeah, they're getting ready to go out on protest. Those are from Noodle C in the chat there.
Yeah, they won't be allowed to drive those because they're diesel. Yeah, you can't use those.
Yeah. You got to pay your congestion charge.
Yeah, absolutely. You les charge.
30 bucks or whatever to drive into the city. Fuck me, man. Give it a couple more years and there will be nobody to like serve burgers or coffee or anything. They'd just be like, no, I had to go, you know?
You know, it's funny because it kind of like it's trying to promote people to go onto public transport. Yeah, I understand that. So it costs like probably like 30 quid to take the train into London now from where I live. But it also costs you £15 to park your car at the station. just to park on an empty plot of land.
Exactly.
To do nothing all day. It costs you 15 quid. Whereas an entire infrastructure of rail service.
Yeah.
Costs you 30. Where's the sense in that?
Well, and without the parking, the train service would instantly shut. Right? There would be no point in having it if nobody could park there. So it's just ridiculous, you know?
Yeah.
Morons. You know, they did this whole thing in my town. They revitalized the downtown because they want people to, you know, never mind the shopping malls and get back to the shops and all that stuff, right? So they spent all this money revitalizing the downtown, and then they took all the free parking that we used to have downtown and turned it into paid parking. And everybody was like, are you fucking stupid or something? The fuck is wrong with you? Jesus Christ.
Yeah. 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Yeah. Does anybody have to pay to park at the mall? No. It's just the dumbest thing. But, you know, such is politics. What are you going to do, right?
I don't know. Bring violence back to the politics. That's what we need. More violence.
Hey, did you know that there's a part 2 to that Russell Crowe Gladiator movie coming out?
Well, don't say Russell Crowe because he'll get upset that you mentioned his name because he gets really upset when people talk to him about it. He says, I have no clue. I'm not in it. Don't ask me about it.
Yeah. I bet it'll just be garbage.
It looks pretty bad. It looks pretty bad. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, they got their facts wrong anyway. Because in the original Gladiator, right, in the we're at the Colosseum, and they're fighting, and you see that all the tigers come up in cages, and they got the list for all the gladiators and stuff like that. You see, they fitted that after they stopped flooding the Colosseum with water, which they show in this second film. Flooding the Colosseum with water. So they've got the facts completely wrong.
Yeah.
Completely wrong.
Well, if you want completely wrong, watch the 300, you know.
300 what?
Yeah, the Sparta movie, you know, the 300.
Oh, that one.
Oh,
that one. Oh, with all the glistening butch men running around.
Yeah.
Big gay
I thought it was Brokeback Mountain. I had no idea what I was watching.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think I've actually seen that film. It's one of those sort of things I just like. Can't do it.
Oh, it's just special effects, terrible acting, special effects, terrible acting. It's terrible.
It was that. Was it Schneider?
Yeah, I think the only
who
reason
went on to just like ruin a lot of the other, Marvel and all the other franchises.
Yeah.
Just like kill them.
I think the only reason it really hit wasn't so much in the theater, but I think it was like an early awesome Blu-ray release or something that made everybody go, whoa.
I think it was one of the first films that had like a stylization to it as opposed to like a realistic look.
Yeah, it was almost cartoon.
It was based on a graphic novel, so
it was based on Bullet Time.
Yeah, So it was kind of based on this graphic novel, so it kind of like lended itself towards making it look like that. But I'm not entirely sure whether it worked or not. But
yeah, I didn't dig it. It's just too much action and not enough movie. I need more, in it than that.
Yeah, but you may not like it, but your kids are gonna love it.
Such a classic line. We got Ken Patterson in with a super chat here. Good question, too. Does a now unencumbered Biden turn up the aid to Ukraine?
What, in these last few weeks?
Oh, it's more than that, just right?
Well, yeah. So January, isn't it? He's got till January, so he can just go. He can just go bonkers now, couldn't he?
Yeah. He could just sign sign a few off, try to push as many as he can through and whatnot, because she can just stand up and do the whole Shaggy thing. It wasn't me.
What he could do is round up all the AR-15s in America and send them over in a boat.
That's a large.
If they could find a boat
man.
big enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Pardon me, but we need to borrow New Zealand. We're just going to swim it over full of weapons. I'm not even sure that'd be big enough.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Mind you, there'll be all these, guys with, can't take my AR-15 unless you tear it from my cold, dead fingers. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. If that's a stipulation, fine.
It is with many,
Just chop their hands off.
Yeah.
Simple.
Then again, if I owned a gun for A, hunting, but B, self-defense, I would probably have the same response. You're not taking this unless, because, if I felt I needed a gun for self-defense, I wouldn't let anybody take it away from me. So I get it. I just don't feel that I need a gun for self-defense. I can usually just kick the shit out of somebody if I need to.
That's because they haven't got a gun. So if they've got a gun, that means you got to have a gun, and they get a big gun. So you got to get a bigger gun.
No, but my mentality doesn't do that. No offense to anybody. I didn't mean that the way it sounded. But last year I had that guy pull a knife on me. I just took it from him. But I know a lot of people, like you get a knife pulled on you and you're like, I'm out of here, right? The only reason I didn't do that is because he was this desperate drug addict who probably hadn't had a proper meal in 3 days. And I figured if he swung his arms once, he would just be like, oh, fuck, I'm tired, Yeah. And I was right, there was no problem, Of
course, I did teach you all those Jedi mind tricks. I think those helped as well.
Yeah. I'm not the sober person you want to fight with. Oh, man. Let's see here. I'm sorry, I'm just typing a thing. There was a couple things I did want to get to that came up during the week, but once again, I'm prepared about, not. I'm just looking through here. I'll never find them without stumbling through,
What about the IT shutdown that shut down the entire world? All these computers that were,
There was a lot of misinformation about that. A lot of people out there blaming Microsoft when it was the other guys, right?
Yeah. What was it? What was the name?
Scale Electrics or something? I fucking can't
Scale
remember.
Electrics, Clearview. What was it? Blue. That's a pregnancy test thing.
Septuplets.
But all these business machines that were breaking down, and what was interesting was a lot of companies who didn't have that problem.
Because they use other antivirus. Yeah.
No, it's because they were using really, really old systems that hadn't been updated in years.
Yeah.
And it's almost like an embarrassment being pointed out, saying
CrowdStrike. That's it. Thanks, PJ.
Yeah, So it's kind of like an embarrassment. She's saying, "Oh well, all the top companies went down, but you didn't because you're using shit equipment." But then at the same time, they go, "Yeah, and we didn't break down." So
yeah.
it's like the whole Battlestar Galactica thing, you know. We're not on the network, so the Cylons can't hack us.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like anybody who still has the old floppy disk thing, especially in Japan, floppy disks are still rampant. They only just finally are phasing them out. You know, all of them would have been like, "Oh, I don't think that malware would have fit on a floppy."
Yeah.
You know.
I saw somewhere that there's like a top military systems that are still using like 6-inch floppies.
Oh yeah,
on their systems.
Yeah, totally. It's rampant actually. How many old systems are out there?
Yeah,
you know. But you also get to that point where it's hard to replace such an old system because it's a complete ground up rewrite. And does it work? Yes. Is it worth it? No. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm having an issue. I'm trying to do something in the background here, and it's all screwing up on me. Hold on a second here. Sorry.
Carl asks, does Dunk have a floppy? Always. Unless at the Republic National Convention, so
Yeah.
I'm always ready.
Okay, I'm almost done screwing around in the background here. Hold on.
Yes, it's a good job we're not doing anything important right now.
Yeah, sometimes that works out, doesn't it? I'm just not prepared for what I'm trying to do. So, stupid is as stupid does.
Oh, excuse me.
All right. Okay. So let's see here. Where are we at? Oh, we're only just approaching an hour. Good. Awesome. I already committed to ordering supper for upstairs, so I don't have to worry about cooking or anything tonight.
Oh, I did some cooking today.
You?
My God. Cooked Chinese.
I was just going to say noodles with what?
No, it wasn't noodles. It was actually rice, fried rice. But with sweet and sour chicken balls. Oh, they were amazing.
Stray cat.
Meow. Yeah, a few less, but yeah. Oh, so good.
I love Western Chinese food. I know it's not real Chinese food, but I like it.
Yeah.
My son hates it, so I only order it when he's not here.
Mm-hmm.
Which, otherwise it's just too much ordering and delivery fees for the two of us to have two different things. That's ridiculous.
Well, you do the classic thing of making a big chunky order that just lasts you.
Yeah,
several days.
Exactly. Yeah, like literally, Felix will, if he goes to grandma's for 2 days, I order Chinese food that night, and I'm done when he comes home. Let me get a drink. 1 second here. 1 second.
Yeah. I did cook pork char siu as well. That didn't go quite so well. Bit chewy.
It's too fucking hot in here. I gotta get a new air conditioner. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Fundraiser.
No, we got to.
We're either going to get you a new air conditioner, or at least a bucket full of ice you can put your feet in.
Oh, it's too much right now.
What did you say it was? 42.
It's 43 Celsius outside right now, and my air conditioner is wearing out. It's getting older, and it's barely keeping my living room at 29 Celsius right now. It's too much. Too much. I got to replace it. I think I've had it for 7 years, and where I live, where you get 40s, in, summer, the air conditioner runs so hard that it has to shut down to cool itself off a bit. And mine's doing that too much now. It's old.
It's kind of funny because a lot of the YouTube channels that I watch, I've been complaining about the heat all the time. It's like, oh, it's too hot. It's too hot. The guys are reviewing videos and they're saying, oh, my skin, my balls are sticking to my.
Yeah. Like I said pre-show, I got this from another guy. He said, I think I'm growing tadpoles in my pants right now. But, so I was looking into this, though. There's a cool new development, finally, in those window air conditioners, right? You can now get one that's actually a proper heat pump. So it's more efficient. It's a hell of a lot quieter. And it's also more efficient as a heater than electric baseboard heating, which is what I have. So I think I'll do the whole like $420 Canadian and get one of those damn things. Just leave it in all the time, And the thing is split in two, so you can pretty much still put your window up and down. Thing is I have sliding windows, so
yeah, yours goes side to side, so you got to turn it on its side.
Well, that wouldn't work, right? Because then all the evaporation shit is all wrong. It has to be level and everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the piece of wood down the center, put it in like permanent, but it's going to be two pieces of wood with some styrofoam on the inside to really insulate it, right? And then I'll wrap it with like duct tape and, white duct tape to reflect light. And I'll put that window in solid 100%, but I still have the window on the other side of the big window in my living room that'll open with a screen and all that shit. So, I lose a window, but
I wouldn't be able to break into your house with a jigsaw then.
No, because it'll be secured really well. Oh yeah, like
you've got a hole in the wood though.
A hole in the wood? What do you mean?
No, sorry, I misunderstood what you were saying then. Ignore me. Carry on. Press the button.
Yeah.
We're going to change the subject.
Yeah, but no, it'll be a very solid insert, and the window will be secured with like a couple of badass big screws, top and bottom, so that it's just permanent, and I still have the other window to use. Right? Should work good. It's more of a pain in the ass, but they don't sell these new heat pump ones in any other version yet. Right? So,
Yeah, they were trying to get people to switch over to heat pumps over here in the UK,
They're way more efficient.
Get rid of your gas boilers and things like that. But,
yeah.
I think a lot of people were catching on to it.
It's an awesome idea. In Ontario, when I was a teenager and stuff, we had a house that my parents actually designed, and it was all heat pump. And I remember they were just blown away compared to living in BC with a gas furnace to heat the place and whatnot. Oh my God, they couldn't believe it. And that was years ago, right? I mean, can you imagine how efficient they must be now?
One of the fascinating things when you see it's like American house builds, is like all this space that's dedicated to ducting and heating and air conditioning and all this stuff that that's going through the house, cool it or heat it or do whatever. It's just not like that over here in the UK. It's just like
I know you guys just suffer. Yeah. It's like, oh no, you can't change the house. It's traditional. You're not allowed to. You gotta have a slate roof and a sod fucking side. And oh my God, the regulations over there. No wonder nobody bothers. I bet town council would kick you out of the neighborhood for putting a window AC in the goddamn home. Yeah,
but if we did the same thing as you get in the in America, our houses would be half the size inside. Because those. You see these crawl spaces where they got, the venting in, and you can literally walk through it. There's that much space in between the walls, and huge amount of area.
That's not so. Actually, that's more of a ritzy home, and like even me, when I moved to Ontario as a kid, I moved there for grade 7, and this was let's see, how old am I? Grade
N-
7. I was 12 years
1950.
old. No, I was 12
Yeah.
years old. So this was 1982. Our home was worth $500,000 when we moved into it. And there was
Wow.
no gaps or anything between the walls bigger than, normal. It's just the ducting was wide and thin and it would go through. And yeah, there was no like the big gaps and stuff. But my dad was furious because we moved in and the basement was all complete. It was a 3-level with the basement, 5-bedroom place. The basement, they didn't finish the ceiling, so you could see the ductwork going through the ceiling and whatnot. And after like 3 months, he had to call in another company, and then he was going to get all legal on them, but the legal fees and so on. So he just made sure in our neighborhood that everybody knew they were a shit fucking contractor and left it at that. Yeah, he was like, had it been YouTube, he would have started a channel just to call them out, right? But he did it, in the neighborhood, Yeah. But yeah.
It's funny though, because my air conditioning in my car doesn't work, and it's not worked for so long. If I wanted to get it fixed, there'll be parts needing replaced and stuff like that because it's pumps have
evaporator's
been
defiled now, and exactly
nothing's working. It would cost quite a lot of money to get it fixed. So it's like, oh, you just put up with it, and it's like a few days in the year when. You're like, oh God, I wish the air conditioner worked. The rest of the time don't really matter. Doesn't really affect us. I mean, it's hot at the minute, but not hot like you're talking about.
Yeah, no. Over here, if you don't have air conditioning in your car, you go shopping early morning or late evening because otherwise, it's just if you get stuck in traffic and there's no breeze and it's 42°C and you happen to have a dark colored car,
God.
Good luck with you. Good luck. Oh, yeah. Ugly, awful, terrible. But
mind you, having said that, I'm feeling the heat over here. I mean, it was like 30 degrees and stuff like that. I think it was kind of, cooler the other day. But yeah, I don't know if it's age or something, but I really am going, oh, it's hot. Oh. And it's just like, you can't do anything. It's just
you know what it is?
Out
you know what it is? It's
What's
too
that?
much alcohol and not enough water. I had this conversation with my neighbor. Dude drinks like 8-10 beer a day, no problem. I drink, but I don't have 10 a day, right? And he was saying, like I have like 10 beers in a day. How come, people like, that's hydration? And I was like, that's not how it works, And I explained to him at like 42°C, 43°C, the way it is right now, he would have to have 750 milliliters of water for every 5.5% alcohol beer he drinks just to stay even, right? So he started making.
So you didn't tell him to drink more then?
Yeah, no, but no. Well, the can is only 350 mil or whatever, right? So it's like double, and he started like paying attention and drinking a lot more water because they're new in the valley. He's not used to this, and now he's dealing with it better. Because that's what you got to do. You just got to, force feed yourself the liquids, but it's got to be actual water, not, Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to my daughter's boyfriend about you the other day, and talking about the temperature and it's hot, and he says, well, he lives in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he lives in a fucking desert valley. He's in Canada. They do exist.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not all just snowy cap mountains and mounties and stuff like that.
No, my area is, just a little bit different than you would think. But this is why I live here. It's not for 42°C, heat in summer or whatever. The reason I live here is because I get a way better winter out of it, right? Hey, everybody, look, we got Annette here now. How's it going?
Good. Thanks for inviting me into your domain and Doug into your swamp.
I don't think you got your right mic going.
Oh, wait a second.
How's that? Is that better?
Yeah, that helps.
The cat was using it. You know, every once in a while he likes to get in on it, and
That was
Bloody
funny.
cat
No.
recording its songs again.
well, he jumps up on my desk when I'm, you know, in the Shills account, and but he doesn't walk on my keyboard anymore. But then when he gets off, it's sort of in his way, so I push it out of the way and let him jump down there. He just does that little routine back and forth, and so it was pushed way over, like by the extra mattress in this room. Sorry about that, freak dick out there. Ah, the sound.
Yeah, hang-ups and all, right? I got a few.
So, Dunk, thank you for welcoming me into your swamp. Do you invite girls to your swamp very often?
Just keep quiet about that one. We'll be all right. Yeah, you're not allowed in my fort. No, it's not.
Love the scent you have there. It's quite natural.
Yeah, we were talking about the temperature around here.
It was really, the weather hasn't been very hot here at all. It's been quite cool, which is nice. You can kind of see, and I have the air on a little bit too, so.
I'm
Might turn
trying to
hot,
have
though,
my
I don't know.
air on. It's just failing miserably. Fucking garbage.
No, you need to get another one. You need to get you one.
Yeah.
So you're not roasting.
I'm gonna splurge coming up here in the next couple of days when I'm a little bit more flush. So, it's killing me. I don't like it. I don't like it.
You sound better than you did this morning, though. You're kind of that pretty.
Yeah, I'm still not 100% over that whole thing. It's driving me crazy, but I had one of those sinusy pill things to help.
Yep. So, what did you guys think about Nick coming back?
It's just more asshole. One more asshole I have to juggle on the show. So,
You know what people don't know too is that cat just tore up the bag getting out. I woke up this morning to messages saying Nick's back, and all I wrote was who told you, because the stream was supposed to be a surprise. I know that
Yeah.
you figured it out.
Instant. Well,
yeah,
but I talked to him in the background, right? Like his whole thing. Oh yeah, blah blah and whatnot. And then you did, and I was like, oh okay, well.
For those of you who don't know, Nick Suter from the In Time channel, who's been a longtime channel friend, he's coming back on air. And I had him on my stream today, if you didn't see the stream.
That was cool.
He's so happy to be back. And it was the universe just opened this door. What does Nick do? What does Nick love? He loves breaking news. Comes on air, it's breaking, and we're going to be the first to announce it. What happens on my stream? Breaking news.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm so sorry I have to go. I'm like, no, it was supposed to happen this way. We couldn't have planned it better. So we're like, thanks, Nick. Go do what you do best. So it was really, I couldn't have asked for anything to work out better, and to see him happier. So
Yeah.
Welcome,
cool.
welcome to the PubChat. The most exciting thing around here is breaking wind.
I don't know. You guys are pretty exciting. You're hilarious. If I didn't have you in my lives, I don't think I'd be smiling much. That's for sure.
Hey, that's proof right there that even Grandpa can be funny. Break.
So, yeah, I see a few people who said good to see Nick, and yep, it was great to see Nick. It sure was.
The whole thing with let's see here. I'm doing that filter, can and can't. There's a somewhat of a rebuild going on as it pertains to the show and so on, and him getting ready to bring things out and get things going again, but at the same time doing some other rebuilds in the background and whatnot. I know firsthand how tricky that can be. So, right now he's juggling like Krusty the Clown, right? He's just going, his plate must be so full of, oh my God, everything's broken.
Well, he did have a time getting Commander McMillan's mic going today, and it was funny because
we gotta get
in-
his new one set up properly on the downstairs setup. Oh,
well, Commander was in chat being Commander with the jokes and stuff, and he said, "Oh, we're going to get he said we flew 2 tin cans in from Tibet." And he said, and the string was woven from the hairs of virgins or something like that. It was so funny. But everyone, and I said, what? It wouldn't be Commander without microphone problems. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, we got to get him sorted with the new one downstairs on the other computer. We got to get that sorted out for him. It'll be so much better when he's got our gear.
Yeah, he will. He's got some people in town. Which made appearances also on his stream. So,
yeah.
Running back and forth. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, he needs that new setup rocking for sure. Holy. Let's see here. Okay, I don't have to worry about ordering yet. That's good. I wonder, do you think we'll ever get to a point where social media, like Facebook and X and Instagram and stuff, where they feel enough pressure to actually start fighting like fake news and stuff? Do you think we'll ever get to a point where they feel enough pressure that it overrides the fact that fake news posts spurs conversations, and as such they're actually like good for interaction and by extension good for advertisers, which makes money?
Well, first of all, they got to care, which they don't.
Well, yeah, especially like with Musk, because misinformation is kind of like his middle name. I think he's got married to her, didn't he?
Miss Info. Well, it's now Mrs. Musk.
Yeah. But
no, I don't think so. I don't think things are going to change like that. No. Honestly, no. I think it's just going to get worse.
The almighty dollar is too powerful for people to give a shit. That's the sad truth here.
The only way it will change if someone came up with a new social media platform where and it is just honest and truthful and shit like that, and
a truthful social platform. Truth.
Social.
Please no.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
There.
Yeah, well, apart from the connection with the name there, I didn't even think of that until you mentioned it. But yeah, no, if it would have to be a completely new platform where people actually, took to it. But
we should start one.
I think. But no, I think half the problem is people on the internet. They just love the shit, and getting into arguments and fights and whatever. It's become a necessary part of being someone who uses the internet, and so much so it crosses over to real life as well.
Yeah.
You just end up people being just assholes.
I have a couple of neighbors that go at each other drama-wise as if they're thumb warrioring on the internet, except it's in real life, and
they've evolved.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're going in one direction. I'm not sure which.
Don't you think too, though, that with social media, and we see it in Discords all the time, where there's some people that truly engage in meaningful dialogue and they can be constructive, but there's a lot more people that are just talking at each other.
Yeah.
And you see these posts and you're like, okay, well, who's in this conversation? And nobody is. They're just talking, and somebody might at them and comment, but they're just literally talking at everybody.
That's right.
And that's what social media does, is it gives people who a place to talk who probably normally wouldn't be accepted in other places just because, it's social media. And if you don't like them, block them or just don't read them. But Yeah, I don't see it changing either. We've had too many moments in history where they've had an opportunity to change, whether it be tragedies or anything like that, which should have moved people to say, hey, look what's happening on your platform. They're like, not our responsibility. So
Yeah.
I don't see it changing.
Yeah.
I don't.
You
Sorry.
know, we have a fine line to tread, very well as it pertains to our live chats and stuff, because we always try to say, you can say whatever you want, but hate speech won't be allowed. But there's always these fucking fucks who sneak in, and it's not truly hate speech. It's just earworm shit that nobody, and it's beyond haha you're a moron that spurs the chat on, and YouTube thinks we've done something good because the chat rate goes up. It's and you want to shut them down, but you want to let it be open, but you don't. And man, it's a hard juggling act,
Well, like PJ says in the chat, he says there has to be a balance where people can express opinions.
Yeah.
However,
yeah.
However, some people consider opinions as fact, and that's not how opinions work. Yeah.
Like when somebody comes in on the Ukraine show and goes, oh, didn't you hear the news? Ruskies, blah, blah. You guys are all fucked now. As soon as we have one of those people, we get rid of them, right? But if they were to come in and say, but didn't you hear the news? Russia, blah, blah. So how do you think that's going to affect shit? They could actually stick around and be a part of the conversation, right? Very strange.
Yeah.
It's almost it's almost like jumping up and down like the dog.
I put a poll up, just, every business idea needs to have research done, Mr. Dawson.
Yes. See, we should do this. We should run our own social platform.
But, Dunk, weren't we tossing around for the website? Weren't we tossing around something where we could actually add a forum to there? So, was like a thing where people could talk on the website without having to actually join a Discord and doing all that stuff.
Right.
We've tossed it around.
Yeah.
Maybe that should be the next poll question, to see who would want to chit-chat on a...
We can run it off our private server too, so that we really get to set the rules. It's not hosted by somebody who gets to tell us blah, blah, and whatnot. It's ours. Fuck you,
Yeah. We have 81% right now. We'll have to see how many people responded, but I see everybody saying hello in the chat. As you see, I'm visually challenged. If with glasses, if I put them on and off, I can only see the chat with that. But
that's gonna be me soon.
The crazy thing is I had to. How many surgeries have I had? I've had total 4 surgeries on my eyes, and the last one was just like to correct a little tiny problem after the major surgery, but. It wasn't, unfortunately, it didn't make my vision any better. It was just to correct a problem so that I wouldn't lose my eyesight. So I wish they could have corrected, something. And I asked them, can you do some laser on me and help me out with, so I don't have to actually wear glasses? As I see great driving in distance. And they're like, no, unfortunately, we really can't mess with your eyes right now because you wouldn't have the... You wouldn't have the outcome that would be acceptable. So they're like, you're kind of stuck with the glasses.
At least they didn't say, well, it's spaghetti night and, or something, right?
Yeah. But I've been fortunate. But yes, Mr. Dawson, we're going to have I wonder if we could get you some frames and then you could try them on the show and everybody could vote.
I could go to the thrift store a bunch of times and buy some different frames that are in there, right? And we could do a thing like I'll go spend $20 on frames. They're $1 a piece, right? They won't be the right prescription, but who gives a shit? I can just try out some, because that's one thing. I mean, have you ever noticed I pretty much only wear like plain t-shirts and whatnot? It's because I don't give a fuck. And so when it comes to picking out like a pair of glasses, I'm not going to be able to do this. I just stand there looking at a wall of them and go, I don't know, man. I just want to fucking see,
But that would be, would you trust the audience if they said, yeah, those look good, those are the ones?
No, he wouldn't.
No, but
especially with the frames that I'll send in for him to try out.
No, see, but you're an asshole. That's different,
Oh.
right?
Oh, thank you.
No, but you would totally do that. And then, you would. And there'd be a bunch of people in the chat that would be, facetious assholes about it too, right? But
I'll be on the phone to my old mate Elton. You got any little spare glasses kicking around?
yeah.
The pink ones with wings on them.
Yeah. We got a big cock that needs 4 eyes. What do you think, Elton?
I think you'd have a few honest people in the audience that would help you out. I think it'd be fun.
I was thinking a pair like, what's his name? Pump it up until you can feel it. What's his fucking name?
Costello.
Yes, Elvis. Yeah. Right, they were actually the kind of that my father would wear too, but we're not genetically related, so it probably doesn't really have much of an effect. But, just get the cheapest. Well, that's what I'm figuring, Mike. I mean, the first time I talked to the dudes, because I did talk to them about getting an eye test done, what, would you thinking about like lenses that change and this and that and blah, blah. It's like, I want the ones that aren't expensive, man, I'm not going to be getting Serengeti fucking frames or anything,
What about a monocle?
A monocle? Can you see that? Yeah. Hold on.
Well, you probably have to get 2.
Yeah.
One for each eye.
That must be a headache-inducing thing to only have one eye in focus like that, Was a monocle back in the day kind of the equivalent of having reading glasses? It was just whatever magnification you happened to get, and you still had to do the, the distance thing with it?
I don't know. But I think it always helped to be evil and have a big scar down the side of your face. And be a Baron. Von Baron Dick Dawson.
I don't know if you've ever noticed, but there's not a lot of barons in Canada, I think we have a beef baron, but that's a restaurant,
That could be your middle name. Beef Baron.
No. But yeah, it has to come soon. This is getting to the point now where I get a little dyslexic as it is trying to read super chats and whatnot, and shit's just getting harder on me. I don't need that. And quite honest, I don't care if I'm wearing glasses or not. Just, I don't want to make a stupid decision because you're kind of stuck with them for a while, right?
Well, you're not exactly stuck with them.
Financially, it's not like, I'm going to buy 7 pairs to figure it out, right? No.
Well, in our local hospital, they have like a little box where you can people can donate glasses, and they just plonk them in. And I guess they just like take them away. It's like find
Granny
out
glasses number 1, Granny glasses number 2.
Let me get to the story. So they basically must take them away to an optician's to find out, what the kind of like prescription they are. They match them up to people. But if you just go, you just get up a handful of them, try them out. And whichever one works.
Handful of grannies or their glasses?
You go to the optician and say, this prescription, please. Like one of these.
That'd be funny. I'll do my own eye test at the thrift store. Here, hold on. I'll find something that works.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'll be like, can I try these 3 at home on a podcast before I commit?
That's how you choose your underwear, isn't it?
Yeah, no. No. You just keep them all the same, and there's no choice. You just grab the next one out of the top drawer. I swear to God, it's too hot out. Oh, it dropped to 41. Wow.
Hooray.
Yeah, we're rocking now.
Oh, God. You better put a jumper on. You might be getting a chill.
Martin in the yeah, exactly, right. Hold on, I got to get a sweater. Martin Casper in the chat says, "Hey Dawson, you need a sponsorship from Zenny Eyewear, like the Professor of Rock." I know the Professor of Rock channel, and let me ask you this: what I do is I watch the intro. I make my guess on who he's talking about, and then when I know if I'm right or wrong, I'm done because I usually know the story he's going to tell, and I don't watch the rest of his video. Sorry, dude, but yeah,
just scan through it for the first image.
Yeah. No, I don't cheat. I do it honestly. I use it like Jeopardy. You know, he's like my daily game show, right?
there was like a you know these like YouTube quizzes. There was this hilarious one I saw, which was like a guess the movie by the soundtrack. So okay,
that's cool.
I'm quite good at soundtracks.
Yeah.
So they start it off, and what do? Before they actually start playing the music, they put a still from the movie up.
Oh my!
And it's like Back to the Future. It's like I got it already.
Well, you know what happened to me the other day? I was downloading the qualifying runs yesterday for the Formula One race this weekend. And because I had to reset up the server and the Plex server and everything, I forgot for the racing category to tell it not to make thumbnails from the show and whatnot. And the thumbnail it showed was the guy doing the interview because he won pole position.
He won the race.
I was like, fuck!
Yeah, it might as well be the car passing the checkered flag.
Exactly. I was so pissed, Fuck, man. They can't win, Yeah, I put a thing into Plex too. I was like, look, when somebody makes their own category, it could be for football, soccer, hockey, whatever. We don't want your thumbnail spoiling any of it. Let us put our own image just to, say it's Formula One or whatever, I hope they listen.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, because I'm right and they're wrong.
Of course they're wrong. I mean, yeah. The thing is that there are some channels I'm subscribed to, and they'll bring up a subject or whatever, and once they bring up the thumbnail and the title, you go, "That's it. That's all the information I need."
I know.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I don't need to watch it now.
Exactly. Yeah, you gave me the answer. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean it's like the opposite of the ones where they say, "Oh, could this be a bad thing?" Or that kind of like clickbait sort of thing. It's like the opposite to clickbait. It's like what's the opposite to clickbait? what was
Click honest?
Just no click.
Yeah. No jam. Funny thing too along these lines. So there's a British guy named JM on Cars. He's got a couple thousand subscribers now. People lend him cars. He reviews cars. He's good, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's another British YouTuber, Shmee150, who has a few million subs, and he's got millions of dollars worth of cars and stuff, right? So JM just did a review of a car yesterday. It was the V8 versus the V12 of some Ferrari. And Shmee150 has the most popular comment going, "I totally agree with your take. The V12 is better." And there's a bunch of people underneath going, "Well, thanks. I don't have to watch the fucking video now."
Yeah,
right?
I know. He says, "I know the V12 is better because I've got both."
Yeah, but we all knew the V12 was better. That's just the stupidness of it, right? And so I actually replied to the one person that said, "Thanks for ruining it." And I was like, dude, the journey is much more than the verdict. Come on, that's bullshit. That's that social media thing, get over it.
Very true.
And I had a lot of people agree with me and a lot of people didn't. And I didn't respond to any of them. I just watched them pop in on my phone like I gave a rat's ass.
I mean, it is kind of funny because a lot of people see the comment section of videos and stuff just an opportunity to be a grouch.
Oh, totally.
That's all it's there for. That's the only reason why people are putting up videos for you to go into the comic section and just be an asshole.
Exactly.
No, I don't like this.
Yeah,
Fine.
and let's
Don't-
analyze
don't- We
this.
didn't ask you to like it. Well, we did ask you to like it. That's besides the point. But you know, you don't have to like it.
And let's analyze this. So you can go into the comments section and be an asshole, or you can be Demetrius Ziganovas and donate $12 to the beer fund. So who's the cool guy now?
Tell you what, you can do both. You can send us a donation and be an asshole at the same time, and we'll take it and ask for another.
Get off your meds.
Please, sir.
Embrace your other personality.
Please, sir, can I have another? Yeah, and yeah. So don't forget, after the show's ended, don't forget to go into the comment section and be as commenty as you could possibly imagine to be.
That's right. Try to write the worst comment you can without YouTube flagging it as inappropriate. Right?
That's a challenge.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
because
you
I
like
hate having to
challenges.
click that other button and try to find it, you know.
And next PubChat, we'll read out Dick's favorites.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we'll all pick 3 each.
Three
Yeah.
each.
Yeah. And we'll call it reading mean comments, even though we asked for them. We won't say that part because
Oh,
then
that's
it'll be more funny.
That's funny. Oh, yes.
See, so on Sunday we ask for people to be jerks, and then on Friday we make fun of them for being jerks. But don't tell anyone, okay? It's just
And then on
between
Sunday,
us.
we thank them for the do it again, do it again.
Yeah.
But that is kind of funny because some channels have just made like an industry from their channel about reading
comments.
Yeah. Reading the shitty comments they get. And it is actually funny because I have seen it on occasion where people I was like reading out shitty comments, knowing full well they've been written specifically
Yes,
to be read out as a shitty comment.
Exactly.
That would be fun.
Marquez
I think
Brownlee.
I think that'd be really fun. It might be. I don't know. I have to put on my little shell to protect myself. If it was anything really cruel, but that I think it would be fun for sure. Yeah.
And don't forget to do it on a net show, especially. In fact, only beyond the headlines. You have to put shitty comments in. No, here in PubChat, you got to put shitty comments in PubChat, and we'll pick the funniest, craziest, and nastiest.
Yeah, and if you want to be especially, cruel, you can address it to us personally.
Mm-hmm. Especially. Well, I've seen some of those already in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, him, that one. What was it? Who is this gay green goblin you have on the screen?
That's me.
Who are you calling gay?
Oh no, I was addressing the goblin part, but that actually was giving me shivers back to early days that I don't want to remember anymore.
Oh, come on. Yeah, bring it. Yeah, tell us more.
Did she put up a fight?
Lie down on the couch and just let it all out. Tell us. Yeah. What did they say about your mother?
Something about red lights. I don't know.
Put on the red light.
Okay, well, I almost need a drink, so
Almost.
now I do. Hold on.
Yeah. I was gonna say there's very little time between almost and need a drink.
But it's like normally after he just opened it.
At least he does warn us though, instead of just saying, "Hey, I'm out of here and get up and go," So
Not that often. Not that often, Annette. Look, I need a beer. I'm
Dunk,
off.
be quiet. Stop talking about him.
I put its speakers on when I get up.
Yeah.
He does worry about what we say to him.
Not
Or
worry.
about him.
Not worry.
It's paranoia.
It's not worry. It's during other shows where I have to be listening. I need to go to speakers. And as such, it's a behavior pattern that I try to always follow. Right? Every now and then I don't. But You know,
But though, to be fair in that, I do talk shit about him while he's off. The headphones.
you
He's
do
still
that while I'm
me.
here. Fuck, what's the difference?
The difference is you can respond.
Oh
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
It's not bad though. It's like white shit. It's not deep, dark, awful shit. You know. It's just-
Yeah. It's not that
Oh,
green,
are you saying
runny,
I'm not-
you need to eat better stuff, you know.
Are you saying I'm not doing it hard enough? Is that what? Is this a challenge again? My God!
Didn't hear it from me. I heard it from the goat.
How to crush a friendship in 30 seconds? Lesson 1.
Heard it from a goat who. Heard it from a goat who.
Yeah.
So
I
what?
mean, some people ask me, how did I meet Dick? Well, the first time I met him was in the toilets, and he was building some other guy, so I just stood in the queue. Took half an hour to get to the front.
I
But, you
met
know.
Dunk as a waitress
But-
in a cocktail bar.
Doug,
but
you
hey,
told
you
me
know,
it was a
50 cents
glory
well
hole
spent.
thing.
Hey? Glory hole.
I don't know what the truth is anymore.
There is no truth. We arrived
Yeah,
on this planet together.
Well, you know, when you go to the toilet, you need somewhere to hang your coat.
That's what I said the last time I had a date with your wife.
Oh,
Oh, Annette, you just bring out the filth in us. You really do.
I know. You know, it's funny because the audience doesn't really know that side of me, but you guys have kind of seen a little edgy side of me. I'm not that bad though. Like, I don't hold a candle to you guys at all. But
You hate everybody equally, and we respect that.
I have seen Circles more edgy than you.
yes, that's true. That's absolutely true.
That's actually why normally on a net show the hexagons are rounded on the sides, right?
Yeah.
You know.
All the sharp edges just have to go away. That's okay.
That's funny. Well, thank you,
I
Jenny.
did say to Dick pre-show, said if Annette joins, are you going to give her the rounded hexagonal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know you were gonna ask me to join, so I had to. So, Doug, did you see what he wrote? I had actually put on a different after the stream today. I put on a different shirt because the other one was sort of a dressy thing, and this is like a
Oh,
ratty
you don't look too dressy on this show, no.
No, but it was a really ratty shirt because I went outside and did some things, and then I said to Dick, "Okay, I can come on, but I have to change my shirt." And he goes, "You mean put one on to set the record straight?" I do not sit here in the nude.
I'm not sure I'm buying
stand
it.
up. Let's
No.
see the rest.
Wait, is the under desk cam off? Oh, okay. Thank God. Oh. I don't know if too many people know that joke though. Like we were talking about that like way back in the beginning where I would type that in about the I think it didn't come from the bedroom cams and the jokes about the sites where you can watch the people from their bedroom cam, the porn sites or stuff
I
like
don't know.
that.
You never sent us the links.
Well, not to hers anyway.
But I used to say, "Don't worry, folks. We've turned Dick's under desk cam off." That's where that joke comes from. Yeah, we did play that up a little bit.
We couldn't find a webcam with a wide enough angle to get everything in.
I think actually some people were buying into that about. Or I would write, "Oh, just a minute, my under desk cam's up, but I could turn my bedroom cam on," and people are like, "Huh?"
I'm not saying anything, but Dick just puts a little bit of double-sided on the end of his penis so he can clean the carpet while he's sitting down.
It helps to pick up the little crumble bacon things that fall
Yeah.
off pizza.
Do you get those attachments from like Temu or something? Do they sell that stuff?
It's a different site. They carry GIMP masks.
So does Temu.
I was gonna say Temu sells everything.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
that I would know.
That's what,
Heard it from a friend.
That's one thing. That's one thing you don't see anybody on YouTube is my Temu sex toy haul. I spent $20 and I got a big box of Temu,
And all I
these
got
sex
was
toys.
a box of broken glass.
Oh, you
Sexy.
guys! I just, okay, heard this from a friend, but Amazon,
Oh, yeah.
Amazon does sell bona fide real sex toys. I mean, and they carry some pretty high end stuff, and it's interesting because one day I thought to myself, does anyone, because I always read, let me preface this by saying I always read reviews, and you could tell when they're staged, there's like, oh, this can't be real. But so one day I found something popped up on a you might like this, and I'm like, what? Who's been in my account? So I'm like, oh, okay. And I think the thing about it is it had a remote control, and I'm like, wow. So the curiosity. So it wasn't the toy itself; it was the remote control that brought me in. And I'm like, well, what is it?
I did actually do this as a joke to a friend of mine. There was some filthy sex toy turned up on Amazon, so I sent him the link to it. So every time he clicked on Amazon, it would come up in his recommendations, and other things would turn up. And then again, people who buy this also bought this.
Going back to Annette's fascination with the remote control, she went so far as to order 5 extra remote controls, and they will be auctioned off. So they're Wi-Fi enabled.
Good in any country. But no, so people really do leave videos, and not personal videos, but of the thing itself running, and they leave honest to God reviews of this stuff. It would be so funny to read those on a stream sometime, because I was just rolling, and some of them are just kind of serious, like, oh yeah, bought this for me and my husband, whatever. But some of them are
sex toy reviews.
Some are
this
so
Tuesday
funny.
on the Shills.
I just sat there, and I would, and then I kind of like, well, I don't have more time for this, but yeah, I'm scrolling, and so, but
So
we can mix
like
that
PJ,
in with the comments about us.
PJ in the chat says, people buy the mystery boxes from Amazon with the Amazon returns. Can you imagine what comes in some of those mystery boxes?
Oh, dude, are they? Oh no, that. Oh. Yeah.
Seem to have some silicon drink stirrer here.
Well, can you imagine? Let's open this box of Amazon returned sex toys. Dude opens it. 1 second. I'll be right back. Comes back. Now that we've cleaned them all, let's open this box of.
Yeah. Just got to put rubber gloves on first.
Oh, dude, hazmat suits. Come on,
Lickety split writes, just don't buy one from Goodwill. But that actually gives me a thought. Have you ever, because Dick likes to go thrift shopping. He
All the
loves the
time.
thrift stores. Have you ever seen something like that in your thrift store?
No, but we had.
Yes, we did a story.
Yes, we did a story way back on the Shills where a thrift store had a couple of pairs of dentures out, and they were like, feel free to try them on, it said.
No,
on the
we had
sign.
the other. We had the other story on the 42 where the thrift store had to refuse a package, a donation that was full of sex toys.
Oh, yes,
Remember that one?
Yeah. I remember that.
We can't accept them. Not for any other reason. We just can't accept electrical goods.
Or we can't accept them, but you're free to leave them here and we'll dispose of them for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we always have a bonfire running, you know. It's just,
Next thing you know, the shop owners, you come in there next time and they're just so happy.
Yeah, Sheila and her council run a muck of those.
yeah.
Wow, you're always smiling these days.
Well, they did a
That's because
thing
of
on
the dentures.
They did a thing on Clarkson's farm where Clarkson's girlfriend, Lisa, whatever her name is, they were building a car park or a parking lot, as we call it, right? And it was all like, you know, dig out, put in gravel for drainage and everything. So Lisa is on the roller and it's got the vibrate mode going too. So she sits in the cab, she turns it on, it starts vibrating. She's like, oh yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, why aren't women all over the world running that thing? I mean, cross-eyed, but still, you know, why not? You know?
I had a high school friend that opened he has several different businesses, but he opened a laundromat or, you know, public laundromat, and he called it Sit and Spin. And and he had a whole I only saw it once because I was only back in the town once after many years, but he had a whole wall of memes about women sitting on vibrating things. But it was you know, and sit and spin memes, but he had I'll tell you, he was the best guy, but it's sort of, it was one of those things like why didn't anybody else think of this? It's good fun, it's funny, and you know, people smile and laugh when you walk in, and he's like, I know, and he goes, it was a joke, and I was actually going to change it after a while, and he said, but I decided to keep it.
I don't know if it still exists. This was like, you know, 20 years ago, but in Saskatoon, I can't remember which town, but I think it was, in Saskatchewan. I can't remember which town, but I think it was Saskatoon. They had a laundromat that was basically a nightclub as well attached to it. And they would have bands in, they had pool tables and the whole 9 yards. And you just go and do your laundry and hang out and have some beers and rock and roll and stuff. It was awesome.
And get hot and sweaty and then need to wash your clothes again.
Yeah. They should have had showers too, right? You know?
I suppose after a few
cool.
drinks, maybe girls would be saying, I need to wash this shirt.
Yeah.
I need to wash these tiny knickers.
Yeah, the wait staff go around with a black light, making sure to see. But it was a cool place, you know. That was fun. That was neat.
I think laundromats have been getting more inventive. I haven't needed to go into one forever, but when I see the
they
the
should sell
signs
sex toys. It incurs more laundry.
Exactly. But I see some pretty inventive stuff, and I have seen the ones that serve beer and drinks, you know, in there too. But that would be an interesting business license. You're applying for your laundromat, your business license, and then the laundromat comes up, and probably the person processing it goes, "Okay, laundromat wants a liquor license. Is this right?"
Yeah. Did you click the right buttons? You know, like.
Well, we got a lot of pubs closing down the UK. Maybe we should reverse this concept and actually start putting laundromats in pubs.
That's an awesome idea. You know, out in the backyard, just put some machines out, right?
The working guys who come in after work for a few beers, you never know. But you know what would really work is if you had a couple of people to work the wash machines. The guys, you know, maybe limit your load like to 2 pairs of pants and 3 shirts or something small. And they just hand them to somebody out that door. They do them up, and by the time you have 2 or 3 beers with your friends, your laundry's done. Might be a good business idea. Oh.
What about mystery laundry, where, you know, you just throw all your clothes in with other people's clothes and like a massive thing, and what comes out is
it's an awesome idea.
Yeah.
Guys say yes and girls say no.
Yeah.
Well, we get all your your clean knickers. You get our fat old bloody jeans.
At this point, I am so happy you are not on camera right now because I am so scared of the thought.
I am on my other stream.
He's dressed like Dolly Parton.
Costs a lot of money to look this cheap.
Oh, dear God. Well, as you can see, we're plumbing new depths this week.
Oh. Yeah.
I know. You probably reconsider. Maybe we shouldn't have her on.
Well, Dunk seems to get a little bit excited. So. I think he even got a paper cut from the cardboard on the box of wine. It's just, you put it in the glass first.
The box wine, they have pretty rounded edges though, because it's a pretty thick cardboard.
Yeah.
So
up in my area, everybody's getting so environmentally conscious that, boxed wine, the joke, is not the joke it was back in the 80s into the 90s. Right now, you got high-end wines coming in the boxes.
is it more economical than glass? I've never looked into it. Or environmentally safe?
Yeah, I'm not sure the actual reality of the situation, but it seems that the popular narrative has won out, and it's fun. It's no longer, not for a while now. It's no longer only the cheaper wines are in boxes.
Yeah.
Well, if you think about it too, the way a wine box works, if you pour it right, it doesn't get air in it like bottles do. And if you're like me, I might open a bottle and have 2 glasses, but there's still half a bottle left, and that's you say to yourself, "Oh, I'll drink this the next day." I'm sorry, it's no good the next day. But
no, you would have to pump the air out under pressure and the whole 9 yard. But in a box, it just simply collapses, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it does. It just does make for a better product. And I wouldn't say it's. I mean, I've lived in California and I did a lot of wine tours, and I did those stupid things where, they'd line people up.
Oh yeah.
And people would be all, they would do the thing where they put the wine in their mouth and they go, and they spit it. I'm like, why are you spitting it out? You're spitting out good wine.
I know.
They eat the cracker in between. I was never a wine snob.
It's
because
so pompous. Oh my God.
I had a good friend who I've had a couple good friends in my who were chefs in my life, and they were not wine snobs at all. They're like, yes, it's nice when you pair things, but bottom line, if the wine goes well with whatever you're eating and you enjoy it,
enjoying yourself,
it.
then yeah, exactly.
You don't have to be all snobby about it, and for sure, and those people just. Aggravating. And forgive me, everyone out there, if you do that with wine and you know what you're doing. All credit to you for all the sommeliers who are wonderful at what they do. They're the gatekeepers to the wines getting to market. So you have to give them a lot of cred, because wines don't get to market if somebody hasn't actually said, yeah, this passes the test, it's okay. But yeah, the wine snobbery thing, I had to fight it a long time ago because I do like wine. I have always liked wine. It wasn't a snob thing. It's just wine and beer. I like wine and beer. I'm not a hard alcohol. And when I say, oh, I like wine, it's like I'm not saying it like I like wine, my nose up. No, I enjoy it, and I enjoy all kinds of wine. So
I like wine. Give me more.
The give me more part, I would say, but yeah.
Well, I think Dunk's old enough that we could safely just call him a wino, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'll accept that title. It's
we'll have to. When
2024, it's okay.
Yeah.
When I finally meet you one day, we'll thump boxes instead of toasting. We'll just be like,
Yeah. Let's see here. I got to do a order in the background in a couple of minutes, so I should prepare for that.
Straight into Amazon store section.
Yeah. Yeah. I got to make sure little guy's fed. I'm liquid suppering it right now, so I'll deal with for myself later.
How's he doing after his little bout with not feeling good? Is he back to normal?
Yeah. He's just it's a little shitty. He's not enjoying the extra heat that we've got, and with my living room air conditioner not keeping up 100%, he's got one in his bedroom that just keeps it absolutely lovely. So he's kind of spending more time in there, but he does have an Xbox, a PlayStation, a 42-inch TV with a really good sound system, and a Mac Mini with a great setup and everything. So, you know, he's not hard up. It's the ultimate teenager cave. He's loving it.
That's great.
But he's a little cocooned, and you can see there's a little pent-up energy. But, you know, we have those outdoor sensors and those weather panels from AccuRite, and he's got one in his bedroom. So he can just look at the wall and see 42 Celsius and go, nah, maybe not. You know, he's just not into it, you know.
And there's not many kids playing outside either, is there?
In the beginning of the heat wave, they were all out. But as it's continued, it's less and less and less. And
They're getting smaller and smaller. They're melting.
yeah, well, yeah.
It's the same number of children.
Yeah.
There's just less of them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know, they can't be found. Nobody knows. But no, but you know, but yeah, everybody's hiding to the AC now because it's been a week and a half. You know, Noodle knows what I'm talking about. It's been
Wait. Yeah, but what you need is one of those like lawn sprayers out there. The kids will be out there running through it, and you know they'll be having a whale of a time.
It would have to be in the shade at this point. You know,
just the lawn sprayers, the water comes out and it goes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, that's true. Is that if you had a pool which had a depth of water in it, but if it's a shallower pool or something, or even like a water squirt gun, you know, those pump water guns, those big ones, those things sit in the sun and the water gets hot. Those really hurt when you get shot with those.
Yeah.
And yeah. No, I've been there, done that. And no, thank you. And especially because kids don't care where they shoot you. They shoot each other in the face.
Yeah.
And, and that water, any small amounts of water sitting in that direct sun, it'll
in my area,
really bad.
If you're putting water on like the grass at say noon when, you know, the sun's up, all you're doing is burning it. There's no point in doing it whatsoever, right? Our sprinklers are timed to go off at like 3 a.m. because otherwise you're just wasting half the water. Our humidity levels are like 18%. If you spray water in the air just goes, thank you, and it's gone. Mm-hmm. Right? You know.
I think we're sitting at, it's high. I don't know. I don't have I have a gauge because I keep it on my guitars, but I think we're running at 60, 65, 70% every day. Even though it hasn't been that hot, it's still.
That makes it hotter.
You can kind of tell it's really muggy out there. Yeah. When it does get up of a certain temperature.
I remember in Southern Ontario.
So I just want to say I've heard about this with guitar players, and they have their humidity sensors on their guitars to keep them humid. What do you do? Do you like get a spritzer out? You know, always get a bit too dry. And
no, you can get these sticks that are humidifiers or dehumidifiers to put in the case and stuff and keep everything stable. Right? Yes,
in fact, I've got two large. Ultrasonic humidifiers that I've had for quite a while, years and
I have to. They are.
Yeah, remote control proof, please.
Yeah, I have to admit I do sit on them every once in a while.
Never mind the fucking spin cycle. Wow.
No, those things, I pull those because in the winter it gets in the teens here, but in the summer you don't need it because it's so high. And I haven't found I dehumidify my basement just because of my mom's stuff that was stored down there, and there's books down there still, but yeah.
Sorry, I thought you said your face.
What?
I thought you said you dehumidify your face.
No, I like humidity on my face.
Yeah. I'm going for the alligator bag look. I'm just going to dehumidify here, you know.
Well, that's the thing. When out on the West Coast where there is a little bit. Now, not every part of West Coast is humidity, especially when you go inland, but right on the coast, which I was within proximity to like 15 miles of the coast, there's a lot of humidity and your skin is a lot better there. You just don't have to fight the skin problems. When I got here, oh man, it's one thing after another. Plus the winter, when it gets so cold and it does freeze the moisture in your face. I look at people that, they're like 65 years old and I think they're 85. It's really hard on the skin here.
You can feel the inside of your whole sinuses freezing, right? Oh yeah.
I know. I'm not going to miss this at all.
No, absolutely not. Hey, we should shout out the fact that we got the fundraiser running here. She lives in tornado hell, and we're trying to fix that. There's a fundraiser running. If I was, half as good as the moderator team, I would have this for you right now.
The Shills.org.
Oh, yeah. Go to the Shills.org, and you can find the fundraiser very, very easy. That is absolutely
it's
the
under
truth.
fundraisers.
Yeah. I got to remember that.
Keep pushing that. And you also got the latest Napo truck fundraiser as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the
I
listing
do have
for the previous one. It's over now, but it's
I
still
have
there.
the NAFO link on my thing here, so let me get.
Yeah, BME made us that website, and then Dunk took it and polished it up and gave it, because Dunk does the graphics, the intros and all that stuff. That's all Dunk, right? So
I'm just the polisher around there.
Yeah, well,
knob polisher, any polisher, whatever it is. You need
I put in your contract. I wasn't going to make it public, but no, but and it's proper now. It's a proper place that we should be shouting out. Never mind all these different things. Just go to the Shills, right? Just go to the Shills.org,
Yeah.
I should be getting the first campaign a few months ago that we did, and I was able to give to that one. I did get my Jake Bro patch, and then I should be getting in the Shills one. I won't be able to do any more for quite a while, but because of the move, but that's okay. Yeah. But it's nice to have, those mementos too. Oh
yeah.
And like some people are like, I want the patch just to have the patch. But for me, I'll be honest with everybody, the reminders that I have that people have sent to me, or they're a daily they're a daily reminder of what's important. I won't get all serious on you, but it's not about collecting and say, look, and I won't ever bring someone in my house, look at my patch collection. It reminds me of what's important and who's important. And I think to some people, I'm just going to say it out loud. It's like, well, you don't have it half as hard as the guys in Ukraine. No, I don't. But here's the thing, is I have been down so much this year. My internet's been down so much because of weather. And thank goodness we have an amazing team who's stepped in. But your house came this close to not being there twice in the last, and three times in the last, I didn't look after the last one, only because I was writing to somebody and something came up, and it was like 28 days since the last one, and the one before that, and I've lost the trees taken out, the lines. We don't have buried lines here like big cities do. They're all strung, and they're all strung between all these big trees, and the branches always fall. And I've been down a lot, and the power goes out all the time, and it's just. For me, can I cope with that? Of course. But it's the fear when you have no warning on those things. And I have an app on my phone, and it's a really good radar app. And I'm looking before, but the crappy thing about tornadoes is you can look at all the atmospheric conditions where one's going to start. And they'll just say that's why they put out the warnings. It's atmospheric and radar indicated that you might have a tornado, but spotters are the ones and people trained by, I think, NOAA, the national, whatever that stands for, and the National Weather Service. It's spotters who actually say, yep, we have it in sight. We know what it is, or we know it's there. And then they're the ones who verify that it's there. And sometimes by the time it touches down, they've barely put out the warning. And this one, this is the second one where literally the tornado hit, then the warning came. My phone went off as it just went black outside the window, and it was like all these signs at the same time. I kind of knew something could happen, but it hit so fast. I wasn't even down the stairs of the basement before it was just going crazy outside. And that's the thing is that it's not you can have a safe place in your house, but the chances of making it there, you might not make it. And the one that went by my mom's facility, the Winterset, that thing was the same thing. It touched down so fast, and it just killed 3 people where it touched down. And that I think the unpredictability of these things is what's scary, in that you just don't have an idea, and the destruction. Yeah, I won't go on and on and on. But
I saw an amazing video of some people just like watching, this like tornado. Well, not a tornado, but would you just call it like a whirlwind thing just appear in a parking lot and go, oh look at that! It's just like this like dust cloud is just like vortex is starting to form, and then the next second cars are flying everywhere. It's just like it was so fast. Going from just look at that little swirly bit of dust, and there's just like fucking shit was everywhere. I know that's not a tornado. That's what do you call it? Like
it's like a whirled dust. I can't remember what they call them either. Yeah, dust devil. I was in the first tornado that I actually was in and survived was in an area called Webster City, Iowa, and it was quite a few years ago. I was back visiting some family and. Extended family, and we were in an aunt, like a great aunt's house, and she had a root cellar, but she didn't have a basement, and everybody decided, okay, it's going to get bad out there, and the hotel wasn't very far away, so everybody just decides to leave, go to their own homes, the hotel. I got to the hotel parking lot, and I could literally see the tornado coming. Like, I guess if I was going this way, it was coming across the front, and I saw it, and I thought, okay, I can make it, because it seemed like it was in the distance, but it was hard for me. You don't know the path they're going to take because you just don't know. And as I was going, it started coming more. It wasn't going like straight across. It started coming more towards me, and I was in the parking lot. I tried to get out, and the force of the wind was either going to tear the door off or I couldn't get the door open. And there was quite a few people in the parking lot, and everybody was standing in the hotel with their like this looking out. They're like this horrifying, look on their face. And the car was like kind of bouncing around on 4 wheels, and it actually, it was really raining, and there was so much water, and the car just slid across the parking lot, and luckily it slid into the adjacent field, which was already been, I guess the corn had been harvested, or maybe it wasn't even being planted, but I slid into the field, and that's what happened, and the tornado went by. It wasn't a direct hit. I wouldn't be here if it was, but just being on the edges of the tornado, and I guess that's too what people don't understand is you can be on the edge of those tornado and still have a heck of a lot of trouble. And that's what the 2 before this one, where I live, was on the edges of all that. So still not fun. And got lucky the last couple years where there's tornadoes, but they seem to have not hit here. And this year, no way. No luck on this one. Not at all. Everything okay?
Yeah, we're all good. We're all good.
That's good.
I did an order for him. I went up and told him, got him another movie started. He's on his computer editing some video clips together and making some little jokes and whatnot and having a blast. So, yeah, I'm free for a bit.
That's cool. He's such a cool kid.
Well,
Such a cool kid.
a big shout out to UTV and Ham that's usually in the live chats there. Sent him an action cam, like, you know, one of those GoPro-y things, and sent him a vlogger cam with a flip out screen. And Felix will be out filming the deer and the birds and stuff. And there'll probably be some nature oriented content going up on his little YouTube channel soon. So
Very cool.
Yeah.
Commander's in the chat. Hi, Commander.
Hey, dude, how's it going?
Thanks, Keith. Keith Kane says, I hope we can get you out of there. And
We're on the usual link there, Commander.
yeah, come on in. Say hi. Commander was great on Nick's show. He was very good
On Nick.
commentary.
I didn't know he was riding them.
Oh, you guys, I can't say one sentence. No, very good political commentary.
Yeah.
I did not say on, during the stream.
Just doing what I do best.
His dad thought of his name while he was shaving.
What, Commander?
Nick.
Okay. So what's next here? Who else should we offend in a non-offensive way?
Are we going to put that up as a poll, or are we getting suggestions from the chat?
We could do, you know, at this point, it's like wacky races. You just don't know what's going to go to the front and take the lead.
Maybe I don't know. I don't see if you, let's see. I hope Commander comes in for a little bit. I hope he can.
Yeah, we'll see.
Did you get Felix's dinner ordered?
I did.
Nice. What's on the menu?
I went, because I didn't ask him first and I just kind of sprung it on him, I just ordered him up his McDonald's feast. So he's got a double quarter pounder, 6 chicken nuggets, a large fry, and a bottle of water. Yeah.
That's a feast for sure.
Afterwards, within an hour, he'll have me making muffins or something. It totally, you know.
Nice snack, Dad. When's dinner arriving?
Exactly. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Gotta have that sweet tooth satisfied for sure.
And I have to pay them in like Canadian pesos, right? So that was about 7,000 of them, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, a lot of people around the world are, complaining about McDonald's because McDonald's has got expensive.
Oh, in my area, it's doubled in the last like 4 years. The whole excuse of COVID to raise the here we go.
Commander
he's
asked
nodded.
if we've already dissected the Biden news. So somewhat.
Yeah, hold on one second here, dude. I'll get
news
you all
about
sorted.
Biden?
Oh, he went to
Don't know
sleep
anything about
tonight. Yeah,
it. Yeah, Biden.
he had milk and cookies.
Never heard of him.
How's it going, dude? All right, here. Let me get that sorted.
Deadless at I think it's
Oh, don't let us keep you.
no. I wanted to wave at you, make obscene gestures, call your parenting and skills into question. You
Hey,
know, general
Dick,
things like that.
Dick, you just a couple of minutes ago, Dick said, "Who should we take the piss out of next?" And then you
Me.
show up.
Pick me. Pick me.
Yeah. I should
You
read
hit the top of the cards.
Yeah. Commander, do you have any free time tomorrow? Because I'd like to do a downstairs microphone thing.
I will try. Yeah, I'm not going to go into all the double entendres we could master with that one.
Yeah.
I thought a clip-on mic was called tie mic, so I don't know where you're putting it.
My text shorthand really falls short verbally, doesn't it? That's not it. Didn't
A little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna sort out your downstairs area tomorrow, Commander.
Yeah, I need a sound effect of the snap of the white glove. Yeah, I really do.
And if it's hot, we could get you a personal fan. Someone could stand by.
I mean, Commander,
Does this microphone look vaguely phallic to you?
I'm just saying. Dick sorted out Annette's downstairs area, and and listen to her.
Look at me smile.
There you go.
Yeah, it costs some an airfare, but it's totally worth
it. Commander, what did you say today? You were in Nick's chat when you guys were having the microphone, getting that sorted. We talked about the tin cans, and you said they were flown in special from Tibet. But you said something about the virgins and their hair.
Oh. Yeah, I said the string was woven of the hair of the Vestal Virgins. And if you're not a student of ancient Roman history, that probably means nothing to you.
Yeah,
Now,
the only problem is you got yours on Temu, so they're probably not virgins or Vestal.
Did they have I asked if they had a calming effect because they were from Tibetan monks. Did they?
Well, you have to take the little mallet and run it around the edge, and it makes that humming noise, and everybody falls asleep, and then you take their wallets and run away.
Are you talking about Eddie Murphy's movie, The Golden Child? When he does the whole. You ever see that old movie? I want the knife.
I want the knife. Yeah.
It's one of the only jokes anybody remembers from it, because when it tries
to get. It's not a very good movie.
Yeah, when it tries to get serious, it sucks.
Yeah. Let a comedian do comedy. Don't try to make him do drama. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Unless you're Robin Williams. But that's a separate case.
Yeah. He was that rare talent where Eddie Murphy had to actually go off to acting school and come back for a second try at a career, right?
Yeah. It's been an interesting day. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Oh. Thanks for
very
your input.
Unexpected news, and I don't think the.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Thanks for the conversation.
I don't think the real fallout from the whole thing has hit everybody yet.
Yeah, Commander, you talked on the show recently about the danger of this exact situation due to states locking things in. Now, I tried to speak of this earlier, and I did reference yourself because of it, but I'm not totally familiar with the entire electoral process in the United States, to say the least. But to me, as an outsider...
Dick, repeat after me. Google is your friend.
Yeah, I can't be bothered. I got beer to drink.
Okay.
But
that's why you're here.
But
so he doesn't have to.
But the way you describe it tells me that if they're locked in and somebody then votes Biden trying to get to the Democratic Party, it's a wasted vote. Is that not the end result here?
That's pretty much the case, yeah.
And you got, 3 states locked in right now?
My understanding, and I'm going off of some very cursory research that was purely theoretical a week ago when we talked about
Yeah, and
this.
it's already fucking happening.
Exactly. But there were 2 states, and I believe Georgia was one, that have already locked their ballots. And there are like another 8 to 10 that are going to lock their ballots the day after both conventions are over.
So if they're going to do it after both conventions are over, the Democrats have no choice but to get Kamala in right now, because that's the only fucking
Right.
snowball down the hill they got, right?
Right. Plus, there's the fact that even with the states that have already locked, it does roll downhill, because technically she's going to be on the ballot as the VP candidate, so she can roll into that senior position. What's not? Hold on, I'm checking with my technical expert.
Shut up,
Yeah.
Commander. You're talking like a bollocks.
Yeah, he is married,
No,
so,
I understand that. So she has running. She has been endorsed by most of the notables, but she isn't the official nominee yet. So
Right.
that has to still get sorted out. But I think
Do you think,
assuming that happens, I think that's already kind of in the works.
yeah,
Then even if you have a state that's already locked, I think because she's already on the ballot as the VP, and if the presidential candidate drops, that person automatically rolls up into the senior slot.
right. Now, do you think this is going to redirect some of the rhetoric, because all of this age and stuff that was the rolling thunder of the mega group has now got no steam? It's got nowhere to go, and
That doesn't have it, but there's all sorts of other stuff. And what are you laughing at?
That's the sound of F. Joe Biden stickers being sprayed.
My wife's reading something and she says, "Did you hear that? It's the sound of 1,000,000 F. Joe Biden stickers being scraped off of bumpers of F-150s.
yeah, with truck nuts,
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, the baggage that Kamala brings is going to be significant. But it's a different nature. And to a large extent, I don't think it is going to have that big an impact, because the people who are already predisposed not to vote for a minority, not to vote for a woman, not to vote for somebody who, isn't a real American, that's already kind of a lock. You're never going to convert those people if you ran Santa Claus or Jesus as the person on the ballot. They'd still not vote for them if they had those. So I don't see that as a huge thing. But as I was saying when we were on in time, basically 30% on the left and 30% on the right are pretty much locked. Those are people who have already made their minds up,
right,
and did so
probably, right?
Yeah, well, 2 to 3 years ago. Nothing was going to change those votes. Then there's that 40% group in the middle, and the ones, and it's a spectrum. It's not, this is all gray. No, it's not. There's lighter blue, and then there's gray, and then there's pink, and whatever you want to call it. But when you really boil it down to the essentials, there's about 10% in the middle that are going to decide the outcome of the election.
Right.
And it's not even across the spectrum of the country. It is that 10%,
right,
in about a dozen battleground states that will really decide the outcome. Everybody else, it's irrelevant.
Would you say, one last one here? Would
Sure.
you say that as it pertains to Ukraine and funding and the war and everything, that now that this is going to maybe come down to the wire, should we not be, as Ukraine support channels and stuff, also making sure that we're getting a little bit in to make sure that the populace
Absolutely.
knows, like, you've got to vote. You cannot sit on the fence on this one, right?
100%. Yeah. If you care all about Ukraine, you really need to vote, and you know which side to vote on, because the other side are basically being paid by the Kremlin already. So
Yeah, man.
I just saw one of the viewers say something interesting that the Nikki Haley PAC,
yep,
she just endorsed Kamala, and Nikki Haley's
I know.
Republican. What? They don't.
I think what you're looking at is a lot of the, and I'm going to use terminology that isn't officially endorsed by anybody, but this terminology I use. The conservative voters, as opposed to the MAGAs or the hard-wing Republicans,
Mhm.
but the conservative voters, I think, are growing increasingly uncomfortable with the idea of a second Trump
I
term.
know a few card-carrying Republicans that are not going to
And-
vote for him, right?
Right. And what's happening, and we're starting to see, is it used to be they'd tell you in private, yeah, I can't stand the guy, I'll never vote for him. But, I can't say that because I'll alienate all my friends, et
Yeah, but
cetera, et cetera.
didn't Trump's vice pick for vice president just been doing that for years?
Exactly. But I think the key here is that now they're starting to realize, particularly as more and more information about Project 2025 is coming out, that they need to get off the pot and favor the side, because look at Hitler and the Night of the Long Knives. The first people that authoritarians go for is the rivals within their own faction.
Damn right, man.
They don't go after the people they hate first.
And Trump
they go
is,
after them because they're the biggest threat.
And Trump has already laid it out, Mein Kampf style, that he will use what's at his disposal to crush his enemies. He's already laid it out, man.
Exactly. And what I think is hilarious is how many people are trying to do well, he had nothing to do with that. That's just a small group at the Heritage Foundation. And I'm going, yeah, except you look at the document and his name is mentioned 2 or 3 times on every page. You can't tell me the guy isn't the key portion of what went on in formulating that plan.
Oh, apparently my wife was saying that there's some video of him talking about it years ago that he's part of it.
Yeah. And it's basically a giant vendetta document. It's, here are the people I don't like on, whatever reason I don't like them, and we're going to find a way to get rid of them.
Yeah. I mean, it takes the Nixon approach to politics to a whole fucking new level, right?
Nixon looks like Gandhi as compared to this guy.
I know, right?
I agree. I don't think that people have any idea what they're in for, and
they're sucking on the Kool-Aid in that, right?
Exactly. And I remember following some things just before the pandemic, and it was when he was on his way out, and I don't know if anybody remembers this, and I know a few of the topics, but he was sort of frantically going to sign all this stuff. He did some pardons, some other things, but what people don't know is, without Congress approval, with a stroke of a pen, he was basically going to reset part of the Social Security Administration disability, and he wasn't going to take it away. Oh no, I'm not taking it away. No. But he was going to reset the criteria, and so everybody would be under review. And what people don't get, though, is that people are under review all the time. It's not like they just get approved for disability and then it's a free ride. No, the Social Security Administration sends out things and says, hey, tell us what's going on. Are you still disabled? What could you do? Could you work? Have you worked? And he was going to, with a stroke of a pen.
We've got 2 other issues here and that are related to this, and they're deadly. Number 1 is he intends to completely remove everybody from federal service that isn't a loyalist. So he's going to stack the deck with his buddies, and his buddies are going to be pursuing his agenda of who to eliminate from the rolls, who to punish, who to imprison, who to execute. That's number 1. And number 2, with that recent Supreme Court decision coming down, he can do whatever the hell he wants.
his
I can't be punished for
yeah.
killing millions. You
Yeah.
know, I'm the Fuhrer. It's my decision.
Yeah, the way his camp is looking at this is so far and above and beyond what the measure is supposed to actually be about, right?
Yeah.
The president needs the prime minister, whoever, unless dictator, despot, you know what I mean. There has to be some protections because there's going to be act in the moment situations and so on. You're the commander in chief, as they say, and whatnot, but. They, as so much as they read it, they see that, oh well, I can use this branch of government to get rid of my enemies and nobody can do a fucking thing to me about it, right? That's not an elected official's attitude.
Yep. Yeah, that's very
Well,
true.
look, everybody's having a go at Trump. I mean, I want this to bring a little bit of balance to the show. So I want everybody on the panel to say something nice about Trump.
He wears a spray tan like nobody else.
That was sarcastic. That's not very nice. Annette, say something nice about Trump.
He hasn't urinated himself in public recently. I mean,
not
he
trying
has
hard
done
enough.
it, but not recently. So let's give the guy a break.
Annette, come on, say something nice. Say something really nice.
He successfully maintains the appearance of good hair. Now, good hair is
Without having
debatable.
any.
Fabulous dancer.
Good hair is debatable, but you have to say the guy pays attention to his hair like a woman.
Okay. Okay, I can.
Well, somebody does, not him.
I can do an honest one now. When it comes to screwing around in his wife, holy shit, does he pay well?
All right, I'll
It's
just
the
I'll
porn
just say
stars who could, retire on what you can get off of the guy. Yeah.
He's not
I'll
cheap
just-
with the hush money.
I'll just go where you can duck like a motherfucker.
All right, guys, I warned you I was only going to be available for a few minutes. So I
All
gotta
right, buddy.
punch.
Thanks, Commander.
Thanks for annoying me, and life is
Yeah,
wonderful.
get back to work on the street corners.
Okay, I will. Ta-ta.
Take it easy,
Love
buddy.
you.
See ya.
Yeah,
Bye.
those dollars don't come easy.
Oh, that was funny.
He's happy too because he and Nick are friends, and he's
Yeah.
happy to see Nick back too, and they're going to get back to their Thursday night, basically
Shits and
downtime.
giggles. Yeah.
Yeah, in their downtime hangout show, so that'll be cool for him too.
It's their show where they try to be PubChat.
Well, that'll never happen.
I'm
They
just
could try,
kidding.
right?
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
But the great thing is for people who are listening is Nick has made appearances on the Shills too, so
Many.
he'll be back doing that, and
He'll be
to-
on the Saturday
Some-
show coming up for sure. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and to
Yeah,
hear
sometimes he came on with clothes on.
Oh, I've got the funniest story. Oh my god. So,
That's why
When I-
Dunk calls everybody sausage.
when I was on the so how Nick got on my show, it actually wasn't even planned. I had, the tornado. I had guests lined up, had to say reschedule at the last minute. I did get them to restring my Wi-Fi, but then it went down again. So I said, you know what? Let's not schedule anybody that we don't know, because I don't want to be canceling and rescheduling professional, really good people. And I was telling Nick about this, and he's like, well, hey, I could come on. And I'm like, ooh, you're going to, and I didn't know he was going to be coming back.
That's a
And-
great choice because he's not professional, right? No, I'm just
no,
kidding.
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he said to me, he goes, Annette, it'd be great for all of us. It'll get you out of a jam. And if your internet is down, no harm. He understands.
Yeah, but he can also take it and run, no problem, right? I mean, he's a host.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yep. And so he literally, again, I keep telling everybody the people we have around us and the family, the channel family that you guys in the audience and viewers are a part of. You have no idea. And I'd love to tell you. I continue to tell everybody how amazing they are. So here's to the point. So I was making everybody, it's called the thumbnail, what we put up when we announce a stream, in the graphics for it. And it was the mystery podcaster, because I didn't want to, out Nick and then my power go out or something. But what I did is, if you look on that stream, there's actually a whole new thumbnail, and it's Nick, one of his things off the internet where he's sitting with the book. And I just kind of worked it into the scene that I already had. But my original idea was to take the head that has the block out on it and just put Nick's head. So I cut this thing
She's
out.
all about the head, guys.
So I took a screenshot of a good picture of Nick off the internet, and in my art program, I'm erasing his shoulders, right? And it actually had clothes on, and as I erased it, all it was getting Nick naked. I'm like, come on, get the rest of it off. And I could not use it because all it did was give a flesh tone. Well, I can't fly with Nick, put him on naked, and I couldn't. And granted, yes, there are other art programs that do that better, but I was kind of in a hurry. But it was so funny because I was like, I could get so much mileage out of this. Like, hey, Nick, do you realize I can erase your clothes? So, but it was fun. He hasn't heard that story either, because I was kind of working feverishly because I didn't know if my internet was going to go back down or anything. So, but that was funny because I'm thinking, I could get some mileage out of this, but no, I can't. We'll have to tell him that when he's on again.
You know what would have been funny is, lately on YouTube, you can upload 2 or 3 thumbnails for an uploaded video, but not for a live show.
I saw that.
Yeah. So had we been allowed to for a live show, we could have had Nick dressed, Nick half dressed, and you could have seen it like a flip book animation, Just keep refreshing the screen.
Oh man,
that'd have been funny.
It's gonna really be fun. And when I was in his chat too, I said to people, and I don't know that people could relate, because I never told anybody that I knew Nick or anything. Because also, anyway, but it's gonna be fun because Dick and Nick go at each other in fun. You guys haven't even, someone witnessed it, but it's hilarious.
Yeah, there's an unwritten rule. There's no barrier too far. You're allowed to cross everything as long as it's funny. If you land one that's not funny, you're the asshole, right? That's how, Yeah, it's fun, right? You got to be able to do that, especially as like hosts and personalities. You can't go, ooh, I don't think I like that remark. Just get over yourself,
Yeah, we covered that a little bit today too, how, we have our serious streams, but then the hangout streams and the 42 show with you, hilarious. You and Dunk doing the hilarious takes on the news and stuff. It's definitely necessary for the balance of the brain to keep yourself sane.
What do you mean? What do you mean hilarious? I thought we were doing, Jesus Christ.
Oh, was it all supposed to be serious?
Yeah. Don't know.
We haven't had a funny article on the 42 show in 6 months. What are you talking about?
Yeah. We're doing serious stuff.
I'm morally safer. He's David Attenborough.
Did you say morally safer or morally safer?
Probably not the latter. Yeah, probably not the latter. No, we'd be more like Geraldo Rivera and what's his name? That guy who had the show where everybody beat the shit out of Jerry Springer, right?
Oh, speaking of Geraldo, I got to see if I could find this or have my brother send this photo. My brother travels a lot for business, and he was at this hotel, and he stays at pretty high-end hotels for business. And apparently, Geraldo was there, staying there for something, and there was like it was like maybe a continuing education convention. A lot of business people in the hotel, and something was being held at the hotel. Well,
It's good to hear that Geraldo is into continued education because I do believe he needs it.
so everybody, they put out this big buffet in their restaurant, everybody getting breakfast, right? Geraldo comes down in his robe and slippers, and literally just to make an appearance, because you're in all these suits, everybody in suits, and women in their dress suits. And my brother snapped a photo. He said to me, and he goes, Geraldo can order room service. This has to be a look at me situation. And he definitely was. He was in a white robe and white slippers going through the breakfast buffet.
Wow.
My brother, he sent me some really funny
Dude must be
pictures
like
over
130 years old at this point, right?
I don't know.
No?
It was sort of a side view, but one of the funniest stories he ever told me was
Probably a clone.
quite a few years ago when my brother worked out of the UK, and John Mellencamp was there, and my brother went to I guess they went to the same guy that made suits, right? And usually those places are by appointment only. So my brother had an appointment to go in and pick up a finely tailored suit, I guess, and John Mellencamp was in there. And so what was funny though was apparently John Mellencamp didn't have an appointment, and my brother was on a limited time schedule, but it wasn't the point of it, the appointment, that he's like, well, who does he think he is? He could just walk in here and order a suit with no appointment. That was one. Yeah. But he said when he walked in, he was assaulted by the smell. And apparently John Mellencamp has an issue with taking showers.
Wow.
Or not taking showers. Yeah, he said he was a pretty stinky dude.
That's a conversation we won't carry too far, right, Dunk? I've never complained of that in my life before.
No, we won't go that road at all.
Oh, man.
He wants to.
Well, Dunk, you're in your swamp. Your swamp kind of keeps
you can tell. You can tell. I can tell. Dick. He just wants to go. Shills after dark, after really, really dark, and the truth. But no.
Oh, I'm just like Dynamite. The fuse. It's so close. It's 80s television. They're zooming in. All right, I'm okay.
Ironic, we're talking about presidents as well. Dead ones. Well, nearly dead ones. But anyway, never mind.
So here, I got...
And now for something completely different.
That's supposed to be your thing. You're the Brit.
Toes.
He's a Brit.
Camel toes.
Oh, God. There was a dude that must have weighed 200-300 pounds, dressed in some weird suit. I saw this video online, and he had a total guy camel toe going on, right? And he was dancing on stage at some concert, and then he ran over to stage dive, and everybody parted like the Red Sea, and this fucking guy just belly flopped right on the ground, right? What are you thinking,
Yeah, it's like what do you do when you see 4,000 pounds of mass just like leaping towards you?
I know.
You get out of the way.
You get out there, exactly, right? Marvel movies have taught us when somebody throws a barrel of oil at you, you get out of the way, right? Isn't that how it works?
I think you got that off Mario Kart. I'm not sure.
I've never played that, actually.
Ironically, neither have I.
I'm more of an older guy for video games, in television football or something,
Yeah. Pong.
I had some of those home Pong consoles when I was a kid. I was born in 70, so 75, 76, we had a couple of those.
It's all right. We're not judging you.
Yeah, well, they were fun for like a weekend. And then you're like, okay, I'm done, and the parents are like, that was $200, Yeah, I can. I'm still waiting for this delivery. How long ago did I say I ordered this? Right? Little concerned here. Little concerned. We'll see. We're at. Oh, yeah,
McDonald's, The McDonald's isn't there yet.
yeah. No, not yet.
Is it DoorDash or?
Skip.
Oh, it must be a Canadian thing.
Yeah, it could be. DoorDash is in our area, but very few restaurants. We have Skip the Dishes that have everybody.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Figures it has to be different. Like I'll be watching a TV show or something, and somebody will say, "Oh, just call an Uber." Not in my area, you're not. Dude's gonna drive up from the United States. Here, I'll get you there.
Well, as long as the McDonald's is taking now, maybe it would get faster if we Ubered it up to you.
Yeah, they could have put it on an Etsy rocket and sent it to me, right? It would be parachuting in right now.
Could have come in on a drone and you could have sent the Falcons out to bring it down.
Yeah, the rednecks would shoot it.
That's supposed to be coming, is drone delivered food.
Yeah.
I haven't remember how we had all those articles we were finding for you guys that, like people are going to get their medications delivered with drones, and everything was like, deliver with drones, and you really don't hear much about that now. I wonder what happened.
There's been some tests. We did an article about it once, and the biggest thing that Walmart was having an issue with was rednecks shooting them down. Right? So, yeah,
free. Well, that I suppose you would have to actually change some laws to include that as theft, because it's not shoplifting, I don't think, because you're not physically in the store, but you're stealing. So,
because the law has gotten so precise, shooting down a drone and taking its contents is probably totally legal right now, even though it clearly is theft. And if lawyers hadn't screwed up the law with all this arguing and bitching about the semantics of language to a T, it would have just simply been theft. But now we're screwed. And now it's like, well, this is unlegislated. We don't know what to do. And it'll be blah, blah, blah.
We're going to have a whole new regime of Robin Hoods. This is going around with crossbows and bow and arrows and shit things.
Yeah.
We take from the rich and give to me.
People have binoculars. It looks like there's pills in that bag. Get it.
I bet you when they do pass laws, though, it's going to be hefty, because there will be the cost, or the cost of the merchandise that they took, if it's expensive or not. But then you also have property damage to the actual drone. So you're going to be nailed with a couple of things.
Yeah.
And I bet that's coming when things start getting more regular. But
the whole idea to me is stupid. People need employment. Why employ somebody to sit in a building and fly a drone, until AI can supposedly do it on its own, when you can just simply have somebody in a vehicle do it? Just, stop screwing around, I
wonder where we should look into where that industry is at, because like here, Walmart Plus is the delivery service, and they have like, you can go on, you can order, and then you have a window of time, and it's whatever's available. Maybe it's that day, maybe it's tomorrow if it's full. But then they have the 1 hour delivery, which is $6. Then they had the $3 or less delivery, which is $3. But all the deliveries across the point, they've actually said that it's like, if you do the 1 hour.
Do they have a category where you can pick the scent of your delivery person? Shitty, not shitty.
I have to say they've all been pretty nice, but they give you a 2 hour window instead of like a 1 hour window. So Yeah, it used to be if you ordered the $3 or the $6 one, it used to be a 1 hour window. It doesn't matter for for me now. I won't get it. I had it for with my mom because some
Yeah.
things I just absolutely could not run out if it was the roads were bad or something. But I was wondering if the 2 hour window extension or the from 1 hour to 2 hours was because there wasn't enough people to drive or there wasn't enough people to fill the order in the store. They never really said. They just said Walmart extends that. So somewhere there's something not working right in there.
Well, they probably overestimated their ability, under-delivered financially, and they were like, no, let's extend this some, right? But 1 hour delivery, 2 hour and stuff and whatnot, wouldn't it be better to just have I'll be home at 5:30. I would like it then or something. You know what I mean? Like, why not just lock it in?
Well, that's their free delivery. Yeah, you pick the time.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the free delivery.
That's the best one.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. But what I've noticed is on some days, there is no delivery available because all the slots are taken. So all you're left with is tomorrow or pay for the $6 or the $3 delivery. So yeah, but it doesn't happen. It's mostly, you can tell it's always before a holiday, always before a weekend. But if you don't have to have your stuff before that, then
okay.
So.
Felix's stuff has finally been picked up and it's coming. So hopefully it's not cold. Hopefully it was just the restaurant was busy and as such it's so I'll see in a few. We should probably get ourselves wrapped up. We're going on 3 hours. I've got, I got to kick into the other mode now, right? If he doesn't want my attention, and this does happen sometimes where he's like, bugger off, I mean, he's a teenager, right? You want your old man hanging out all the time, I mean, I'm pretty cool and all, but even still, I'm sure he, we'll do a Discord hangout, but no guarantees. Right. So, let's see. We'll start with Annette, goodbyes and stuff. What do you think?
Well, thanks everybody for joining us. Thank you, Dick and Dunk, for a wonderful, fun evening. Always grateful to be with the Shills, and thanks everybody for listening and viewing. And remember to share us out. We need to reach that 10K mark. Wink, wink. So good things can happen to us. And I'll let Dick do that. Well, no, because we usually do the thing. I'll thank Shayna for being in the Shills account today. Liam Wakefield, he had to actually go to bed. Crazy Cat, if you're out there, thanks so much, team. You're the best. You're all wonderful.
Cool.
Well, she just did the lot. There's nothing left for us to do now.
There's lots for you guys to do.
Right? What do you think, Dunk?
Well, yeah, I could say don't forget to like the show on the way out. I'm going to do that right now. So, bing, I've liked it. So you can fucking well do the same. And don't forget to, like Annette said, share us out, make us famous, make us popular. And, I promise you, the bigger the channel grows, the bigger things are going to get around here. And, and I don't just mean Dick's penis. So, we'll see you on Tuesday for the next 42 show. That's when we'll be back. And like Dick said earlier, don't forget to go see theshills.org.
Yes.
And don't forget the comment section, because we want you to come back and insult us in the most outrageous ways you can think possible, and we will read them out on the after show on Friday.
Awesome. And consumer advice: if you think having the biggest load of nuts is actually an advantage, you probably need like a wheelbarrow or something, or maybe some chafing cream. So, reset your priorities, and you'll probably do better when you shop at Sears.
You should check with Noodle Cat, because he's all about nuts.
Yeah, he does get a little bit nutty. Good night, everybody.
Nuts. Night.
Keep your nuts in a vice.
Keep your dick in a vice.
What they said.